but it is your community and your families that we live and associate with on a daily basis. Our most satisfying achievement is when we know that our legal power has helped a fellow member of our Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast community secure a fair and just huge result. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smithball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smithball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3.
Oh, it's a cannon shot! Go ahead and give him the goal of the league!
This is the Inter Miami pregame show, live from the ESPN West Palm studios. Here's Mike Rizzo.
A chance at the MLS Cup on the line. It is the Eastern Conference Finals here on your Inter Miami Radio Network. Welcome on into your Inter Miami Radio Network pregame show. I am your host, Mike Rizzo. I am live at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach, where we're going to be come 6 o'clock. We are going to be pitch side, Ken LaVicka, Juan Pinzone on the call for Inter Miami and NYCFC. I mentioned, obviously, winner go home. Loser did. This isn't best of two. This isn't best of three. It is a winner go home. It was a winner go home last game when Inter Miami attained victory in the Eastern Conference semifinal. But obviously, there is no tomorrow for Inter Miami. So a 6 p.m. kickoff. We're expecting a 6:15 ball roll there in South Florida. But NYCFC, the team, after beating the Supporter Shield champs, the Philadelphia Union. So the NYCFC team, this is a team that earned their way into the Eastern Conference Finals with a big win over the best team in the regular season. We do have starting lineups for Inter Miami and NYCFC. Let's start with our Inter Miami Herons. First off, 4-3-3. 4-3-3. It's going to look a lot like what you saw last game when Inter Miami battered their opponent 4-0. But Jordi Alba, Noah Allen, Maxi Falcone, and Marcelo Wagon. That is your back line in the 4-3-3. Once again, from left to right, Alba, Allen, Falcone, Wagon. No Ian Frey. No Ian Frey in the starting lineup, but Marcelo Wagon getting that start at right back. And then in goal, between the posts, Rocco Rios Novo, who won the spot about 2 months ago, has played very well for head coach Javier Mascherano in his little time as the goalkeeper, or rather the starting goalkeeper, at the end of the year. Your three midfielders, Baltasar from left to right, Baltasar Rodriguez, Busquets in the middle, and they're going to have Rodrigo de Paul playing on the right side in the midfield. You're going to have three attackers tonight. I'm seeing Matteo Silvetti playing a left wing, Tadio Allende playing a right wing, and the always dangerous, the GOAT, Lionel Messi in the middle playing striker. Messi in the playoffs is leading the way in goals with 6 total. 6 goals in 5 matches for Lionel Messi. Right behind him, Tadio Allende. 5 goals in 5 matches. Inter Miami has been battering opponents within the MLS Cup playoffs on the Eastern Conference side, and a lot of the goal scoring happening with Lionel Messi and Tadio Allende. So a little bit of the same for Inter Miami with that 4-3-3 lineup. Let's move on over to NYCFC. They're a dangerous team. They like to get you out of whatever you're doing and play their own ball. They're going to go with 2 strikers up top with a 4-4-2. In goal is one of my favorite players, or rather, favorite American players. How about that? Matt Freese. I think Matt Freese has done enough with the United States men's national team to possibly earn himself a start come World Cup time in the summer. So this is a player and a goalkeeper in Matt Freese that I think is up there with one of the best in the MLS. So I think the attack is going to have to be on point for our Herons tonight because Matty Freese is a stone wall in that net. The 4 defenders from left to right, you got Raul, Hack, Martins, and Gray. Once again, Raul, Hack, Martins, and Gray. Moving on to the midfield from left to right, you got O'Neal, Shore, O'Toole, and Ojeda. And the 2 strikers up top that NYCFC is going with, you got Maxi Morales and then Nicolas Fernandez. And actually, Fernandez, within the MLS playoffs, he is up there in goals scored. He's the leading goal scorer for NYCFC. He's got 2, and then right behind him is the other striker, Alonso Martinez. So this is a dangerous duo up top for NYCFC. But at the same time, Martinez is going to be coming off the bench. I apologize. Martinez is the other striker alongside with Fernandez. But I'll tell you what, this is a side with NYCFC that is going to try to, as I said, play their game, do things their way, get Inter Miami out of their comfort zone. And as I look at the bench, too, Alonso Martinez actually on the injury report. So NYCFC's second leading scorer in Alonso Martinez, not on the bench for NYCFC. He does have a hamstring, but regardless, they got solid players and quality all across their lineup, including, as I mentioned, that great goalkeeper in Matty Freeze, who I rate. Very, very much so rate Matty Freeze, and I think he could be getting the nod for the United States men's national team come the summer. But once again, Inter Miami going with the same lineup that they did in their big win in the Eastern Conference semifinal, which the big surprise in that lineup that Coach Mascherano decided to go with again is no Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez is not featured within the starting 11. He will be coming off of the bench tonight, and it's going to be Messi as far as I'm seeing, folks, and what I've been hearing. It's going to be Messi centralized as a striker and Silvetti and Allende coming off of the sides. I'm a big fan of this. I think that with the kind of youthfulness of Matteo Silvetti and Tadio Allende. Allende obviously in form, 5 goals in 5 playoff games. That's enough to, not be on the bench at all and always be in the starting lineup when you're in form like that. But I think Silvetti has earned himself the spot after a goal and an assist in the Eastern Conference semifinal. Within the midfield, you got other young players like Baltasar Rodriguez. These are 2 young Argentinians that have earned their spot. Let's rewind a couple of months ago, about a month and a half, 2 months ago. Matteo Silvetti was representing Argentina in the under-20 FIFA Club World Cup. Silvetti's a teenager. He's 19 years old. Very young player for our Inter Miami Herons with a bright, bright future. And then you move on to the man that's going to be playing right behind him as a left midfielder, Baltasar Rodriguez, who is another young Argentinian at 22 years old. The youth movement is on in this lineup, but you obviously have the savvy vets like a Jordi Alba and like a Sergio Busquets. And I don't want to say if you've been living under a rock, but if you're an Inter Miami fan, you know that this is Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets' final season. They will be hanging up the boots after the MLS Cup playoff run that our Inter Miami Herons are on. And let's hope that Inter Miami is able to attain victory coming up tonight. Big matchup in South Florida. Inter Miami, obviously, win or go home against NYCFC. NYCFC, a very, very pesky side. This is a team that really has had Inter Miami's number over the years. I'm seeing 14 total times our Herons have gone up against NYCFC. Inter Miami has 2 wins. NYCFC has 8 wins, and there have been 4 draws had in the 14 matchups. So 2 wins for the Herons, 8 wins for NYCFC, 4 draws within the 14 games played. Inter Miami drew with NYCFC early on in the season. That was actually the first MLS game of the year for our Inter Miami Herons. Toto Aviles picked up a red card in the match, but Lionel Messi was brilliant in the game. Assist after assist, they were able to earn a draw, being down to 10 men for about 80 minutes in the game. And how could we forget about the September 24th fixture where our Herons battered NYCFC 4-0. Baltasar Rodriguez scored, Lionel Messi had 2 goals, and Luis Suarez had a penalty goal. So this is a team in which Inter Miami has had a lot of success against this season. Now it's the playoffs. You throw everything out the window. But obviously, I just got done telling you guys how Inter Miami historically has struggled with this side. That has not been the case this year. Inter Miami obviously getting one of their 2 wins in that 4-0 battering back on September 24th and got one of the 4 draws this year. So Inter Miami is yet to drop points. Or rather, they did not drop points in the regular season. They are yet to lose to this NYCFC side. Let's take our first time out of the pregame show. You are listening to your Inter Miami Radio Network. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Test drive the brand new A5 today and make a statement when you pull into that lot at Chase Stadium tonight, or hopefully coming up in the MLS Cup Final, December 6th. If Inter Miami wins tonight, they will host that game in South Florida. They have home field throughout the MLS Cup playoffs now, with the Philadelphia Union and the FC Cincinnati being knocked out. Taking a timeout. When we come back, more your Inter Miami Radio Network on ESPN 106.3.
During football season, keep your home in the win column with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can score 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the field, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the trusted MVP since 2006. Visit EDSIsyes.com today. Kick off your game day comfort and don't sweat the small stuff.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Putting the ball behind the keeper takes lots and lots and lots of tireless work that leads to something brilliant. It's the same with PNC Bank. They take a smart, practical approach with your money so you can score brilliant financial goals. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865, and proud banking sponsor of Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts. Visit pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Snowbirds, welcome back. Time to trade your coats and hats for swim trunks and sunscreen. And get your home ready for company. Before the family arrives, make sure your home's water is in top shape. Hard water and hidden minerals can leave spots on dishes, dull your laundry, and dry out your skin. Not exactly festive. Schedule your free water test today before the holiday rush. Culligan will make sure your water is as clear and welcoming as that ocean view. Visit Culligan.com or just say,
"Hey, Culligan man!"
What does 268 horsepower sound like? You're hearing it right now. This is the Audi A5. With breathtaking acceleration that commands attention. Precision crafted to bring the thrill to every turn. This is powerful performance. The Audi A5.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Robinhood, the official jersey patch partner of the Miami Heat. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Safebound Moving and Storage is growing. We're looking for new movers and drivers who lead by example, show up ready, and take pride in their work. If you're dependable, willing to learn, and thrive in a fast-paced environment, you'll fit right in. This isn't just a job, it's a career. Do you have what it takes? If so, visit safeboundmoving.com to apply today. safeboundmoving.com.
What does 268 horsepower sound like? You're hearing it right now. This is the Audi A5. With breathtaking acceleration that commands attention. Precision crafted to bring the thrill to every turn. This is powerful performance. The Audi A5.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
And now a ball played through. Allende's in on goal again. Allende into the penalty arc. Allende scores again in the box. Allende blasted it by Celentano. It's a brace for Allende. Inter Miami dominating the match. Today Allende has more than ended it. Today Allende has indeed put Inter Miami 2 wins away from an MLS Cup. It is a masterpiece in Cincinnati for the men in pink.
Our Inter Miami Herons getting a win in Cincinnati for the first time since Lionel Messi joined the team back in 2023 and earning themselves a spot tonight in the Eastern Conference Final. Welcome on back, folks, to your Inter Miami pregame show. As always, I'm your host, Mike Rizzo. I'm live in the City Point Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. Ken LaVicka will be on the call. He is pitch side at beautiful Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Our on-site producer tonight going to be our good buddy Juan Pinzone, and we are about 15 minutes away from going live with our Inter Miami Herons football on ESPN 106.3. Obviously, winner go home. Eastern Conference Final. It's been like that for since the Nashville win. So Cincinnati obviously getting battered 4-0. There is not another game to be played. It was win or go home in the Eastern Conference semifinal. And obviously tonight it is the same thing. Inter Miami in 14 total tries against NYCFC. 2 wins, 8 losses, and 4 draws. One of those 2 wins coming back on September 24th of this year when Inter Miami battered NYCFC 4-0. And Inter Miami earned a draw all the way back in MLS match week 1 when Toto Aviles picked up the red card and Inter Miami had to play with 10 men for almost the entirety of the game. But a masterclass by Lionel Messi at home saved Inter Miami from dropping points against NYCFC. I mentioned that Inter Miami has the 2 leading goal scorers in the MLS Cup. Lionel Messi with 6 goals, Tadio Allende with 5. The spoils go to the winners. I mean, when you keep winning, you're going to be high up on these lists. But Lionel Messi is soaring in the stratosphere right now within the MLS Cup playoffs with 6 goals in 5 possible in 5 total matches, and then Allende with the goal in every match in a sense. 5 goals in 5 matches for the young Tadio Allende, the player who is on loan from Celta Vigo from the top flight Spanish league, La Liga. Let's go back and listen to a couple of those goals. You heard the sealer, the signed and delivered winner that Tadio Allende delivered late in the game against FC Cincinnati in Cincinnati. Allende on the night had 2 goals, had a brace, and then both Lionel Messi and Matteo Silvetti with the goal and an assist, each one of them assisting on each other's scores. Let's take a listen to Lionel Messi opening up the scoring and scoring his 6th goal in 5 MLS Cup playoff matches. Take it away, Ken LaVicka.
A turnover. Jordi Alba in the left attacking half. DePaul lets it play through to Messi. Messi 35 yards out. Sends it left of the box. Silvetti now into the lower left of the box. Slices across and a header goal. Lionel Messi. He was trailing the play. Silvetti picked him out. Argentina to Argentina. Inter Miami strikes first. Lionel Messi. MLS Cup playoff goal number 6 in 2025. 1-0 to the visitors. 18th minute. It was perfectly executed. A pinpoint pass for Silvetti. He has the assist. Messi has the goal. Inter Miami has the advantage. And the South Florida side draws first blood.
That's voice of the Inter Miami Herons, Ken LaVicka, on the call. Messi scoring from Silvetti. And then let's flip-flop that. Let's have Silvetti scoring with Messi assisting in the first half.
Messi, left back, goal! It's delivered to the back of the net. Matteo Silvetti, what a time for his first goal in an Inter Miami shirt. Messi to Silvetti as Inter Miami quickly set up the attack off the throw-in. It's 2 to the South Florida side. Inter Miami has a foot into the Eastern Conference Final, just shy of the hour mark.
And folks, I'm at your mercy. That was at the 57th minute. So Lionel Messi scoring in the 19th minute, and that was Silvetti scoring in the 57th, and each of them assisting on their goals. Messi assisting on the Silvetti goal, Silvetti assisting on the Messi goal. Next, we go to one of our heroes, Tadeo Allende. Let's take a listen to Allende getting his first goal, 62nd minute.
Tackled away by Lionel Messi. Inter Miami on the counter. Allende running forward. What a ball from Messi. Allende 1v1 with the keeper. Allende in the box scores! Tadeo Allende from 16 yards slots it by Celentano. That might indeed be the goal that sends Inter Miami into the Eastern Conference Final. It's the second assist for Lionel Messi, and what a calm, cool, collected finish for Tadeo Allende. Incredible!
I mentioned that Silvetti wasn't done. You heard this at the beginning of our segment here on your Inter Miami Radio Network. Let's listen to it again. Tadeo Allende making it 4-0 and a statement win for our Herons in the Eastern Conference semifinals.
And now a ball played through. Allende's in on goal again. Allende into the penalty arc. Allende scores again in the box. Allende blasted it by Celentano. It's a brace for Allende. Inter Miami dominating the match. Tadeo Allende has more than ended it. Tadeo Allende has indeed put Inter Miami 2 wins away from an MLS Cup. It is a masterpiece in Cincinnati for the men in pink.
Truly a statement win for our Inter Miami Herons, who battered FC Cincinnati by a score of 4-0. But tonight we are all focusing on NYCFC. Once again, Lionel Messi, 6 goals in 5 matches. Tadeo Allende, 5 goals in 5 matches. We do have starting lineups, so let's get you those starting lineups once again here on your Inter Miami Radio Network. The Herons going with the same lineup as last in that 4-3-3 on the back line from left to right. Jordi Alba, Noah Allen, Maxi Falcone, Marcelo Wagon. The 3 in the midfield. Baltasar Rodriguez, Sergio Busquets, Rodrigo de Paul, and then your 3 attackers from left to right. Matteo Silvetti, Lionel Messi, and Tadeo Allende. Once again, Silvetti finds himself in the starting lineup. Luis Suarez off of the bench. Speaking of bench players that Afro mentioned, Luis Suarez, Alan Abando, Yannick Bright, Talasco Segovia, Fafa Pico, Toto Aviles, Ian Frey, Gonzalo Luan, and the backup goalkeeper tonight going to be Oscar Ustadi. As far as NYCFC, you got Raul, Hack, Martins, and Gray. NYCFC going to be going with a 4-4-2 lineup, and that's the back line of Raul, Hack, Martins, and Gray. In the midfield, O'Neal, Shore, O'Toole, and Ojeda, and the 2 strikers up top, Fernandez and Morales. Fernandez has 2 goals in the MLS Cup playoffs. They're probably the most dangerous attacker up top. Alonso Martinez, a great striker for NYCFC, is unavailable tonight. He is injured. And then in goal for NYCFC, one of my favorite goalkeepers in the world and who I think should be starting on the United States men's national team come the World Cup is Matty Freese. Matt Freese has done a fantastic job, not only for NYCFC, but also for Coach Maurizio Pochettino within the United States men's national team's CONCACAF Gold Cup and friendly matches. Let's take a timeout on our Inter Miami Radio Network. When we return, we'll do our final segment, and we will be sending it pitchside momentarily to Ken LaVicka, who is at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Our Inter Miami Herons doing battle against NYCFC, and we are powered by Audi on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
PNC Bank salutes you, Soccer on the Radio listener. While others will just read about the match, you're laser focused on every detail. At PNC Bank, we get it. We're all in on helping you make smart money moves and score your financial goals. See how at pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, proud banking sponsor of Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts and Brilliantly Boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
There are just a few Dolphins games left this season at Hard Rock Stadium. If you've been thinking about getting to a game, now's the time. Single game tickets are still available with seats across all levels, from the 300s to premium club options. Dolphins football is about more than what happens on the field. It's about who you're with, the atmosphere, and being part of something bigger. Grab your tickets now at MiamiDolphins.com/tickets.
Touchdown! Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Robinhood, the official jersey patch partner of the Miami Heat. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Download the ESPN South Florida app today and get the latest on local shows like Theoretically Speaking and Russo and Rizzo. Get some ESPN podcasts or get the high school sports updates in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. Curious about what Mike Rizzo had to say about Aaron Rodgers? It's on the app. Wasn't able to find the score of the West Boca High School football game? It's on the app. Want to catch the Inter Miami live broadcast? You guessed it. It's on the app. Go download the ESPN South Florida app today and get your fix on all things sports right here in Palm Beach County.
More than the county's largest employer, the School District of Palm Beach County is a community.
I graduated from the School District of Palm Beach County, and now I'm shaping the future in the A-rated district that shaped me.
This job gives me stability, great benefits, and a schedule that works for my family.
I'm proud to be where diversity is celebrated and professional development helps us grow.
From competitive salaries and the Florida retirement system to making a difference in the lives of our children. Join the School District of Palm Beach County at palmbeachschools.org/careers.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $849 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
A bicycle kick is a risky move, and risky can be exciting for soccer, but not for your money. PNC Bank believes boring is better. It's the smart and steady way to manage your finances and save the excitement for all you want to do in life. See how at pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865 and proud to sponsor Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985 and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
A turnover. Jordi Alba in the left attacking half. DePaul lets a play through to Messi. Messi 35 yards out. Sends it left of the box. Silvetti now into the lower left of the box. Slices across and a header goal. Lionel Messi. He was trailing the play. Silvetti picked him out. Argentina to Argentina. Inter Miami strikes first. Lionel Messi. MLS Cup playoff goal number 6 in 2025. 1-0 to the visitors. 18th minute.
Our Inter Miami Herons are ready in a historic season within the MLS Cup playoffs. This is the deepest our Herons have ever been in the Eastern Conference Finals. But tonight, a chance for the MLS Cup in South Florida is at hand. And welcome on into our final segment of the Inter Miami pregame show. As always, I'm your host, Mike Rizzo. We're live at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. We will be throwing things momentarily to Ken Levica, voice of the Inter Miami Herons, and our on-site producer tonight, our good buddy Juan Pinzone, with Ken tonight. But the site is Chase Stadium. What's at stake is an MLS Cup final, and Inter Miami has the most dangerous player to arguably the two most dangerous players within the MLS Cup in Lionel Messi and Tadeo Allende. Both of them combining for 11 goals in 5 matches. Messi sitting with 6, Allende sitting with 5. What we're going to expect to see from NYCFC tonight, I mean, this is a team that is well coached under Pascal Janssen, and it's a team who likes high tempo and more tempo. They're going to be pressing the ball tonight with a focus on both offensive and defensive transitions. So if Inter Miami's not careful, the counter could be on tonight for NYCFC, who likes to put the pressure on. We saw this in the first game of the season when Inter Miami was down to 10 men and came out with a draw. Now, we didn't see much of this in the battering that happened in New York back on September the 24th, a 4-0 battering for our Inter Miami Herons in that one. And Coach Mascherano, with the success that he had last game with this lineup in the Eastern Conference semifinals against FC Cincinnati, he is going with the exact same lineup. Once again, your starting lineups for your Herons: 4-3-3. Our Herons going with a 4-3-3 from left to right. The back line: Jordi Alba, Noah Allen, Maxi Falcone, Marcelo Wagon. Into the midfield from left to right: Baltasar Rodriguez, Sergio Busquets, and Rodrigo de Paul. At left wing: Matteo Silvetti. Striker Lionel Messi, and right wing Tadeo Allende. I mentioned how dangerous the link-up between Allende and Messi has been. 11 goals between them. Messi with the plethora of assists as well. But Coach Mascherano trusting the young 19-year-old again in Matteo Silvetti. In the game against FC Cincinnati, Silvetti a goal and an assist. It is truly a display that Silvetti has been putting on the last couple of games. And don't forget, in that World Cup, that under-20 World Cup, Silvetti was able to do some really nice things for Team Argentina. This is a young player that has Inter Miami buzzing, our Herons buzzing, and for a very good reason. But once again, Alba, Allen, Falcone, Wagon, Rodriguez, Busquets, De Paul, Silvetti, Messi, and Allende, and Rocco Rios Novo in goal. NYCFC with a 4-4-2. They're going with a dual strike partnership up top. In goal, Matty Freeze. I've been waxing poetically about how much I like Freeze. He's going to be a stone wall back there tonight. From left to right, the back line, you got Gustavo, Hawk, Martins, and Gray. In the midfield, O'Neal, Shore, O'Toole, and Ojeda. And then the dual strike partnership of Fernandez and Morales. Fernandez is the leading goal scorer for NYCFC. Within the MLS Cup playoffs, he has 2 in 5 games. Right behind him is Alonso Martinez, but Martinez will be unavailable tonight with injury. He's dealing with a leg injury, and I'm reading here maybe not even back until mid-December. You know, I'm knocking on wood. I think our Herons are going to win this fixture tonight, but if NYCFC wins the fixture tonight, they probably will be without him for the MLS Cup playoff. But regardless, Inter Miami and NYCFC ready to do battle. Let's take our final timeout of the pregame show. We'll throw things to Ken Levica when we return, who is pitch side, Chase Stadium. He's going to have the call for you. Inter Miami football up next on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
What does 268 horsepower sound like? You're hearing it right now. This is the Audi A5. With breathtaking acceleration that commands attention. Precision crafted to bring the thrill to every turn. This is powerful performance. The Audi A5.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
More than the county's largest employer, the School District of Palm Beach County is a community.
I graduated from the School District of Palm Beach County, and now I'm shaping the future in the A-rated district that shaped me.
This job gives me stability, great benefits, and a schedule that works for my family.
I'm proud to be where diversity is celebrated and professional development helps us grow.
From competitive salaries and the Florida retirement system to making a difference in the lives of our children. Join the School District of Palm Beach County at palmbeachschools.org/careers.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $849 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
More than the county's largest employer, the School District of Palm Beach County is a community.
I graduated from the School District of Palm Beach County, and now I'm shaping the future in the A-rated district that shaped me.
This job gives me stability, great benefits, and a schedule that works for my family.
I'm proud to be where diversity is celebrated and professional development helps us grow.
From competitive salaries and the Florida retirement system to making a difference in the lives of our children. Join the School District of Palm Beach County at palmbeachschools.org/careers.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $849 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
A bicycle kick is a risky move, and risky can be exciting for soccer, but not for your money. PNC Bank believes boring is better. It's the smart and steady way to manage your finances and save the excitement for all you want to do in life. See how at pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865 and proud to sponsor Inter-Miami CF radio broadcasts. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985 and proud supporter of Inter-Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
There are just a few Dolphins games left this season at Hard Rock Stadium. If you've been thinking about getting to a game, now's the time. Single game tickets are still available with seats across all levels, from the 300s to premium club options. Dolphins football is about more than what happens on the field. It's about who you're with, the atmosphere, and being part of something bigger. Grab your tickets now at MiamiDolphins.com/tickets.
Touchdown! Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter-Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the Inter-Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
We are moments away from sending things pitch side to Ken LaVicka at Chase Stadium. We have NYCFC visiting our Herons in the Eastern Conference Finals. It is the deepest our Herons have ever been in the playoffs, and Inter-Miami has a chance to make even more history going to their MLS Cup playoff final for the first time, in team history. So with the win tonight, Inter-Miami will have more history. Let's take a look at the last time these two teams were playing against each other. I've been mentioning, if you've been listening to the Inter Miami pregame show powered by our local South Florida Audi dealer, visit AudiUSA.com to learn more and test drive the brand new A5 today. If you've been listening, I told you the last time that these two teams faced off, NYCFC and Inter Miami, was back on September the 24th. And this actually was the game where our Inter Miami Herons secured a playoff spot. It was a 0-0 first half, or rather, excuse me, it was a 0-0 first half until the 43rd minute. It was a cagey fixture for about 43 minutes, but Baltasar Rodriguez broke through. Rodriguez, the young 22-year-old Argentinian, was able to make his mark within the match with this goal in the 43rd that opened things up for our Herons.
Couldn't find him, and now Messi plays through. Here's Rodriguez, top of the bag, slots it past Freeze. It's a goal for Inter Miami. Baltasar Rodriguez, his second of the year, on a perfect breed from Lionel Messi. Messi has another assist, his 13th of the year. 1-0, Inter Miami, and it comes in the 42nd minute. Messi to Rodriguez, perfection.
That's when Lionel Messi was on an absolute tear with goals and an assist. We'll get to Messi now because Messi in the fixture did have a brace. Let's listen to his first goal, which happened in the 74th minute to make it 2-0.
Busquets plays through. Here's the run, Messi outside the penalty area. Messi, a chip and a goal. Put it over Freeze. What a ball. How many times have we seen it? Busquets to Messi, and the finish, 2-0. Inter Miami, Lionel Messi, 23rd goal on the year. He leads the Golden Boot race, and he does it in the 73rd minute. 2-0 to the visitors from South Florida. A foot into their first win ever at NYCFC. That was electric.
Electric indeed, and that was the game that I mentioned that Inter Miami was able to secure their playoff spot. Messi would score in the 86th again, and then Suarez scoring in the 83rd with the penalty. But it is that time to send things pitch side to our good buddy, Ken LaVicka. Anthems are done. Ken will take it away from here. Where we at, Kenny?
Mike, appreciate you. It is electric here in Fort Lauderdale. The capacity crowd with Inter Miami 90 minutes away from playing for an MLS Cup, but the best defensive team in this entire MLS Cup playoff stands in Inter Miami's way. It is Inter Miami, it is NYCFC, it is the MLS Cup playoffs Eastern Conference Final. So glad to have you along from Chase Stadium in South Florida, alongside our on-site engineer, the man Juan Pinzone. I am Ken LaVicka, and we welcome you on ESPN 106.3, the Inter Miami flagship based out of West Palm Beach, Florida. The ESPN South Florida app, Sirius XM channel 157, and those of you who are streaming worldwide on YouTube. Inter Miami comes into this one after a 4-0 whitewashing of FC Cincinnati last Sunday. And it was NYCFC, the upset of the Supporters Shield winners, Philadelphia Union, 1-0. Inter Miami is going with the same starting 11 that treated them so well in Cincinnati. Rocco Rios Novo in goal, Jordi Alba, Noah Allen, Maxi Falcone, and Marcelo Wegat along the back line. Sergio Busquets, Rodrigo de Paul in the midfield. On the wings, Baltasar Rodriguez and 19-year-old Matteo Silvetti, who scored the first goal of his Inter Miami career against FC Cincinnati. And then at the top of the formation, Tadeo Allende. He has 5 playoff goals. Lionel Messi with 12 goal contributions in the postseason, 6 goals and 6 assists. For NYCFC, Matt Freeze in goal, the U.S. men's national team man. A back line of Raul Gustavo, Thiago Martins, and Justin Hack. Johnny Shore, Tavon Cray, Aiden O'Neill anchor the midfield. Kevin O'Toole, Maxi Morales, then Nicolas Fernandez, and Agustin Ojeda. Those are the 11 for NYCFC. A draw, match day 1 between Inter Miami and NYCFC here in Fort Lauderdale. It was Inter Miami dominant at Citi Field at NYCFC, September 24th. Inter Miami 4, NYCFC 0. Inter Miami, with a win, will play in the MLS Cup final against either Vancouver or San Diego. And that match will start at 9 o'clock Eastern time. NYCFC in this postseason has only conceded one time. That was in Game 3 of their first-round triumph over Charlotte. NYCFC victorious 3-1 in that match. The referee tonight is John Freeman. It is cool, it is windy, and it is time for an Eastern Conference Championship to be decided. It'll be Inter Miami in possession first into the teeth of this wind that is gusting to 17 miles an hour out of the northeast. Jordi Alba ready to go. We are awaiting the TV broadcast to come back. Pink towels waving throughout Chase Stadium. If Inter Miami is to win, they will host the MLS Cup final right here next Saturday at 2:30 Eastern Time. Your kickoff temperature is 74 degrees, but because of the breeze, it feels like it is in the upper 60s, but it is, from a temperature standpoint, perfect footballing weather. The crowd stomps his feet, rises. John Freeman blows his whistle. The MLS Cup playoffs, Eastern Conference final is underway. Inter Miami, the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. In the 5 spot, it is NYCFC, the surprise appearance in the Eastern Conference final after being bounced from the conference semifinal last year to their rival across town, New York Red Bulls. Inter Miami right to left with the attack in the opening 45 minutes. And on the far right side, it is Marcelo Weigant. Rodrigo to Paul for Inter Miami. Recycles with Weigant, that same spot, far touchline. As we have a bag debris on the pitch already. We're going to see that multiple times tonight with this breeze that, again, is gusting to 17 miles an hour. We'll see if that plays havoc with both sides. Inter Miami especially loves to distribute out of the back with the goalkeeper. Rocco Rios Novo is accomplished sailing the ball forward. Here is Inter Miami turning it over in the defensive midfield. First spell of possession for NYCFC, a minute in, but a turnover. Sergio Busquets on the near side, defensive midfield, able to win it, and Inter Miami on the run into the left attacking half. DePaul sprays it to the right flank. It's corralled by Allende. Now a pass into the middle, top of the box. Messi sends it out wide, left box Alba. Alba collects, Alba floats into the back post. Could not find Allende, making a vertical run, and Matt Freese catches it forehead high in front of his goal. But Inter Miami looking strong in the buildup. And they have the first real question asked of this Saturday night. It is jam-packed here at Chase Stadium. A phenomenal atmosphere here in South Florida. And Inter Miami able to win a ball in their attacking half. Well done, Marcelo Weigant with a sliding tackle, but NYCFC claimed it back. Sergio Busquets was able to get his foot on the ball for Inter Miami, and the referee, who had played advantage, blows his whistle. It'll be NYCFC possession in its own half. NYCFC finished the regular season 17 victories, 12 defeats, 5 draws, 56 points in the table. That was a full 9 points behind Inter Miami, who finished 1 point off the Supporters' Shield and was edged via tiebreaker by Cincinnati for that 2 spot in the Eastern Conference. NYCFC deep in its own half, in front of its own penalty area. Possessing is Thiago Martins. And a long ball forward, nothing doing. NYCFC, with the wind to their backs, you can expect they are going to try and hit Inter Miami over the top. I'm sure it'll be the same story for Inter Miami in the second half. That is quite an advantage to have the wind to your back tonight. And if you're listening, that would come left to right or north to south here in Fort Lauderdale, the way that this stadium is configured. Here's a long ball up ahead. Defensive half into attacking half, left side of the pitch. Getting on the end of it is Silvetti, battling against the touchline and earns a throw in for his side. Top of the box extended, near side, left side, poked out of play by Tavon Gray. So Inter Miami's first attempt at a long ball into the wind earns a throw-in, all but a throw-in for Inter Miami. Holds high above his head and meanders the touchline. He's finally going to distribute to Allende. Nice back heel to clear himself some space. And Allende into the middle channel. DePaul, a heavy touch, but able to push it back to Inter Miami center back Maxi Falcone in the midfield circle. 3:45 on the first half clock. No score. Inter Miami and NYCFC. Nifty ball from DePaul, but as he lofted it over a defender, he could not link up on the far side with Baltasar Rodriguez, and it's going to be a deep defensive third throw-in far side for NYCFC. Inter Miami has come up empty twice this year, attempting to win a major trophy. CONCACAF Champions Cup bowed out in the semifinal to Vancouver, the eventual runners-up in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and Inter Miami falling in the League's Cup final in Seattle. Will it be Inter Miami facing a rematch with Vancouver in the MLS Cup final, a first ever meeting with San Diego, or is NYCFC going to spoil the party? And now on the counter, NYCFC charging forward into the right attacking third, played into the left area, and this is going to roll across the end line, out of play. A little bit heavy on the pass. Moving forward, Maxi Morales. He had the game winner against Philadelphia last weekend. The Argentine international, 2 goals all time against Inter Miami. This is his second stint with NYCFC, was for 8 months with Racing Club in 2023. Another long ball from the defensive half by Inter Miami. This one was pushed by Weigott, and it's corralled easily by Martins of NYCFC. In the regular season, NYCFC 50 goals for. That was 16th in the league. And now NYCFC trying to push forward into the attacking half. And here they come to the right attacking third. Strong run up the outside right channel. Ojeda crosses into the box. It's behind everybody. And the pursuit for Maxi Falcone. That was nice marking from Inter Miami as Noah Allen came to bother, and Jordi Alba had the man making the run in the middle of the box. But NYCFC right back to work deep in the Inter Miami third. On the inside channel, Morales is dispossessed, and Inter Miami works forward. Busquets will play it back to the edge of Inter Miami's box, and Falcone will tow it back to Rocco Rios Novo. High press here for NYCFC. Here's Baltasar Rodriguez, heavy touch for him, and NYCFC right back on the ball with Shore. To the outside right channel, 30 yards away, Gray, and NYCFC is going to head back into its attacking midfield and regroup. 6.5 minutes expired in the opening half. Inter Miami and New York City 0-0. Inter Miami, the top team at home in terms of goals scored and goal differential in 2025. Turnover, though, for Inter Miami in their defensive third outside the upper right of the box, having a retreat is New York City with Nicolas Fernandez. Fernandez now will send it back near the midfield stripe, right of the midfield O. Inter Miami trying to find its shape defensively. An extended spell of possession here for the New York City side. New York Red Bulls, their crosstown rival in the MLS Cup final a year ago, falling to LA Galaxy. Now Inter Miami's pushed New York City into its own end. This will be rolled back to the border of the upper right, and it's distributed by New York City back into the midfield. Overplaying the ball was Falcone. Inter Miami retreats defensively while New York City comes into the right attacking half. Outside right channel, here's Ojeda, surges forward, right of the box, holds up play, rolls it back briefly. It's fed into the area by New York City, cleared away by Jordi Alba. And now it is Marcelo Weigott, who had a little bit of trouble in his own area, able to spray a ball out of the box and out of play back all the way to Maxi Falcone in his own area. Well done, Lionel Messi. And finally, some real estate to work with for Inter Miami as we cross the threshold of the 8th minute. And we are scoreless here in South Florida. The deepest Inter Miami has ever been in this postseason. Of course, last year, record-breaking highest point total Supporter Shield winners, only to be bounced in 3 games by Atlanta United. Here's Messi trying to get around a defender into the attacking half. He took contact. He's rolling on the ground in pain. The referee says play on. Meanwhile, New York City comes forward. Pass into the middle, trying to make a turn. A brief tackle from Falcone. Here's O'Toole. O'Toole now has to retreat as Messi still lays on the ground into the defensive half. Inter Miami's going to have to get back on the ball here. They are playing 11v10. Messi still lays on the ground. The crowd boos vociferously. And finally, the referee is going to stop play as Messi is sitting. And New York City will roll the ball out of play across the near touchline. And yeah, Messi took an elbow to the left eye. It caught him at the edge of the eye socket by O'Neal. As we look at the replay, there's clear contact there. This is not any sort of embellishment. And you can see the swelling near his eye. It is discolored and it is swollen. NYCFC is going to maintain possession. The referee blows his whistle. Messi is up, shaking out his head a little bit. And we are nearing the 10th minute. No score. NYCFC's had the better of the ball here in the early going. Here's a ball that is rolled to the right of the box, and a battle for it, and Noah Allen was able to get the better of Nicolas Fernandez. Cut him off, and the foul is called against Fernandez of New York City. Fernandez with a brace in game 3 against Charlotte. Was acquired in July from Elke. If that sounds familiar, La Liga, that's where Federico Redondo went. Former Inter Miami midfielder. New York wins it back in their own half once again. They have been in command here tonight. Again, only one goal conceded in this postseason. Poor ball forward. Tavon Gray overshot everybody from the defensive half. Blasted it into the Inter Miami attacking third. Nobody pursued, and Rocco Rios Novo outside of the left portion of his box comes to retrieve, and Inter Miami will meander forward into the defensive midfield. Falcone. His luminous hair wafting in the wind here in South Florida. Now Inter Miami, 30 yards out. Good touch, Allende. Feeds to Paul. Square ball far side to near side. Alba, what a beautiful one-touch pass to Rodriguez on the left wing. Baltasar Rodriguez, middle channel, Busquets. Fed Messi 25 yards away, and Messi's knocked down from behind, and a foul is called. And this is going to be Fernandez, the guilty party. And Inter Miami is going to have a free kick. This will come from about 28 yards, quick estimation, but it is into the wind. It's going to be fairly difficult to put anything tough and probing on goal against Matt Freese, a keeper the quality of Matt Freese. One goal conceded in 360 playoff minutes here in 2025. Messi will stand over it. This is the inside left channel, 28 yards away for Messi. Again, this is going to be tricky with this stiff breeze that Inter Miami is attacking into in the first 45 minutes. John Freeman, the referee, sorts out traffic at the edge of the box. He backpedals, and bodies start to make contact with one another. There's the whistle. Messi approaches. Messi feeds into the area. Header is put right on target. Baltasar Rodriguez got a head on it. It was perfectly fed. It hung up from Messi, but Rodriguez was unable to direct it into any corner of the net. Actually, that was Silvetti who got a head on it for Inter Miami. It was right at Freese, but Inter Miami has its first shot on target with 12:45 expired in this first half in South Florida. That was well placed by Lionel Messi. Inter Miami wins the ball back in their own half. Here's DePaul, middle channel. DePaul traverses near side to far side in a straight vertical line. And now he's going to roll the ball onto Weigott, far right channel, 40 yards out. Into the midfield circle. Falcone from the defensive side. Back into the New York City half. Noah Allen, good footwork, and he's going to distribute back to Falcone now in the O at midfield. A Push 30 yards away. DePaul comes forward. DePaul, the Argentine international. DePaul, top of the box, and Allende was one touch away from being clear on Freeze, but at the last moment had it bandied away. NYCFC trying to hit on the counter, and Noah Allen is there to sweep it away with no problem and pushes it back to Rocco Rios Novo in his own penalty D. And now a long ball forward. On the end of it, this is Allende, fights in the box, goal! Tadeo Allende on a long ball, fought off the defender, got his right foot into it, and Inter Miami strikes first in the Eastern Conference Final. 13 minutes in, Allende with the goal, 1-0, Inter Miami over New York City. It's the second time in this postseason Tadeo Allende has simply bullied a defender off the ball en route to a goal. Inter Miami into 17-mile-an-hour winds has struck first on this Saturday night. And it was Sergio Busquets with the assist. On the replay, Allende is clearly onside. He was played onside by Tavon Gray. And it was Raul Gustavo who was bodied by Tadeo Allende. Gustavo had one chance to clear. He hit it off of his head straight on. Allende shouldered him out of the way and finished with great booming authority. Freeze was beaten to his left-hand side on the right post. Oh, spectacular for Inter Miami. So Inter Miami on the front foot, up 1-0. It is early, 15-minute mark. NYCFC is going to have a ball travel all the way to the Inter Miami half, and Rocco Rios Novo will distribute. And now Inter Miami up the near left touchline. Baltasar Rodriguez making a phenomenal run, and then Tavon Gray made contact with him. Rodriguez hit the turf, but the referee says play on. One thing Inter Miami cannot do is start tensing up. They've been at their best with advantages when they are continuing to play in the free flow attack. You recall in the regular season openers, a foul is called on Jordi Alba as Inter Miami was trying to force a turnover on Fernandez. As Inter Miami was nearing the attacking third, Alba does not like the decision from John Freeman. But in match day one here in Fort Lauderdale, Tomas Avila scored in the 6th minute. And then not even 20 minutes later, Avilas was shown a straight red and off the free kick following the red. NYCFC scored a goal to draw things level. Then in the second half, on a bad ball back from Jordi Alba, NYCFC took a 2-1 lead, and then 90+10. It was Messi to Segovia to draw the point. NYCFC on the run, left to the box, and able to come over and blast the ball out of play is Noah Allen, able to get in front of Fernandez and keep a cross from being delivered. It is going to be a deep far side corner throw in, NYCFC. Left to the box. Now spraying to the far left touchline. New York City will work the ball back to the left flank and now to the middle channel. Here's Martins. Work to the near right touchline now, 30 yards out. Surveying Ojeda, has to push it back to Gray. DePaul is going to press O'Neal. Heavy touch by Gustavo on the far side at 40 yards out. NYCFC kept possession momentarily. Inter Miami won it back briefly, but NYCFC back on the ball. But Noah Allen picks off a pass in front of his own box, and Inter Miami on the move once again. It's chopped far side to near side. Alba on the run, able to outrun a New York City charging forward Ojeda. And Inter Miami is going to take a brief rest on the ball in their own half. Now Rodriguez says that's done. Gives it off Alba into the attacking half near left touchline. What a ball from Alba into the outside left channel. Inside out with the footwork. Right foot is Rodriguez. Nutmegs a man. That was Gray, but then he's pushed off the ball. Gray finally extinguished that opportunity. But NYCFC really clunky in possession. Gray hit a really strongly struck ball, and Fernandez just biffed it across the touchline for an Inter Miami New York City half throw-in. By the way, Tadeo Allende with the goal to make it 1-0. He has 6 goals in this MLS Cup playoff. That is level with Lionel Messi. Can you believe it? A 21-goal season for Tadeo Allende overall. Inter Miami in its own defensive third, and now it's defensive midfield. It's Rodriguez. He's got Silvetti on his left side. He is going to feed Silvetti along the touchline on the left. Silvetti comes forward, step over, turns his back, makes the turn. Left of the box, Silvetti. Silvetti, another touch. Silvetti, a wicked cross right side of the box, and it got through Messi. Messi would have had room to operate, but it is collected by Inter Miami along the far touchline. Now Messi heading to the penalty D. Sent it to the top of the 6-yard box. Still not cleared. Allende again. Allende trying to deliver a cross into the middle. He was at a tough angle, wasn't going to take the shot. And then a foul against Inter Miami just outside the box. Marcelo Weigott making contact with Morales. 1-0 Inter Miami. 19 and a half minutes gone in this first half. The Eastern Conference Final in 2025. And a very special welcome for all of you listening on ESPN 106.3, the Inter Miami flagship. We have contact as Maxi Falcone was dragged down in the New York City half, and a yellow has been shown, and it is delivered to New York City. Maxi Morales has been shown the card in the 20th minute. Falcone down on his back. Now he lifts his head up and tells the referee, just give me a second. So again, want to thank everybody listening on ESPN 106.3, flagship out of West Palm Beach, listening on the ESPN South Florida app. It's free, by the way. Watching and listening to me concurrently on Sirius XM channel 157 or the Apple TV home team radio component. And of course, everyone who is streaming worldwide, so many of you across the globe on YouTube. An extended stoppage in play, now pushing and shoving. Lionel Messi in the middle of it, as he had a go at Morales. Falcone is finally up. Everybody sorts out their disagreement. And in the 21st minute, with Inter Miami on top of New York City 1-0, eventually Inter Miami's going to restart play from just inside their own half, right near the midfield stripe. And we still are having problems separating players. Jordi Alba, non-shockingly in the middle of it. Now we have pushing and shoving and ripping to the ground. It is Marcelo Weigott and Sergio Busquets now. Boy, Weigott is nose to nose with Thiago Martins, and the referee John Freeman has the card out of his pocket again, and this is Marcelo Weigott. Weigott's saying my jersey's being ripped away, but if I'm Marcelo Weigott, why? What's the purpose of continuing that? There's no reason, and now you have an unnecessary yellow shown. Rodrigo de Paul, Maxi Falcone are furious with the referee. I don't know, something must have happened in that scrum, because Lionel Messi is in Morales' face. Messi is uncharacteristically furious. Meanwhile, play resumes. Here's a feed into the area. Header! Oh my goodness! From just outside the 6-yard box, it's a Tadeo Allende masterpiece on a ball from Jordi Alba. That was all world. That was sensational. That was mind-blowing. And it's 2-0 Inter Miami out of nothing in the 22nd minute. Tadeo Allende cannot be stopped. A titan of the postseason. 7 goals in the playoffs for Tadeo Allende. He's a superhero in this postseason, Tadeo Allende. off the restart, where New York City players are too busy with the aftermath of the join. And it was Jordi Alba who simply picked out Allende right near the penalty spot, and Allende beats Matt Freese to the back post. That is one of the best goals Inter Miami has scored all season. And that feed from Alba came from 30 yards. 2-0 to the home side over NYCFC. Javier Mascherano simply threw his arms into the air in exultation on the Inter Miami touchline. NYCFC in its own half. It is still very early, though. We have just passed the midway point of the opening half. And now a foul against Inter Miami. As Noah Allen prattled into an NYCFC attacker. Quick restart for New York City. Chasing it down, left of the box. Ojeda, a fight for the ball along the touchline, and a foul is called against Weigott of Inter Miami. Oh no, it's Jordi Alba for Inter Miami. He is on his stomach and he is kicking his feet on the ground. He got hit. And are the Inter Miami physios going to come out? The answer is yes. I'm trying to see what happened to Alba. On the replay, it's his wrist. It's his left wrist that he's shaking out. I didn't see, though. I don't know if it was as he was trying to fight around Agustin Ojeda or what happened. It didn't look like he fell awkwardly on it. In fact, he was still standing when he started to favor his wrist. He is clutching at his left hand. He was called for the foul during that sequence. This is going to be a free kick from just inside the far left touchline, left of the box for NYCFC. 2-0, Inter Miami. As we tick into the 26th minute, I'm already going to make a bold prediction. We're going to have a lot of added time at the end of the first half. I feel pretty confident about that. Alba appears to be well enough to resume play. It has been intense, as you'd imagine, in a conference final. Messi is still debating with the referee. Whatever is bothering Messi, it has been severe and disrespectful in his mind. Free kick from the far side, touchline for NYCFC, down 2-0. Left-footed delivery, whipped just outside the 6-yard box, not directed on target. Chases on, Busquets has it for Inter Miami, and he'll blast it near the midfield stripe, and NYC has to go retrieve. Near right touchline, Ojeda plays the ball back, 5, 6, 7 yards, and now it'll be sent back to the attacking midfield, O'Neal. Now Ojeda again near touchline, and he is way too heavy on his delivery, and it rolls across the right end line. No danger there. Allen watched it across, escorted it very easily. So Inter Miami with the goal kick. A 2-0 lead for the men in pink. As Alba blasts the ball into the NYCFC attacking midfield, nearly won right back by Inter Miami, and Falcone with a good tackle in the midfield circle momentarily, but it rolls on to Martins. Maxi Falcone. Oh, he misplayed a ball in the left box. Here's a shot. Rocco Rios Novo makes the save. A left box blast, left foot, but it was right at Rocco Rios Novo from Maxi Morales. First shot on target for New York City. Falcone overplayed a ball and allowed Morales to get through. But Rios Novo, no real problems with that shot. It came from a tricky angle. Savetti tried to back heel a ball in his own half through and kneel, but New York City wins it back. Attacking midfield for the soft blue clad NYCFC. Inter Miami is going to grab possession back in their own half. And what a ball from Baltasar Rodriguez, and Silvetti misplayed a pass from Jordi Alba. If Silvetti can get a good touch and cut to the inside right, he might have had a clear path on Matt Freese. Frustration from Alba looking to the heavens after the 19-year-old looked for the first time in a long time like a 19-year-old. And now New York City to the midfield strike. Marcelo Wagon able to knock a ball out of play. Over the sponsor boards, Gustavo was dispossessed. NYCFC with the throw-in. In their own half, a retreating NYCFC at the border of their own defensive third. Inter Miami is really pressing hard, and they can't win the ball back, however. Good footwork for Fernandez. He pushes forward. Jordi Alba tackles the ball out of play near touchline. And Fernandez will throw in for New York City. Gray sees it bandied back across the midfield. Strike for Martins. Some close quarter passing here for New York City. Now it's going to be rolled back onto Matt Freese outside his upper left. We welcome you to the half-hour mark here in Fort Lauderdale. Inter Miami 2, New York City 0. Winner to the MLS Cup final. For New York City, it would be their first trip since 2021. When they won the MLS Cup for Inter Miami, it would be their first time ever. Oh, here's a ball into the middle. Well done. Played back Silvetti. 25 yards out. His shot is blocked high up into the air. The chase is on. Takes a wicked hop off the turf. And then to the right of the Inter Miami box. A clearance high into the air. A fight for it. A duel for it. And Falcone just got suplexed on the midfield strike. And the card's going to come out for Fernandez. WWE-esque. Yeah, that was Falcone's right arm wrapped up off the restart. Busquets sent it to nobody in particular. Messi was offside, didn't give chase, and it rolls across the far end line. So 3 cards shown tonight, 2 to New York City, 1 to Inter Miami. And a throw-in for NYCFC, and it got taken away by the wind. And Inter Miami is going to have it roll all the way back onto Rocco Rios Novo, with Noah Allen providing that distribution. There's a long ball into the Inter Miami attacking third, but it is played away from Silvetti by Tavon Gray. New York City is trying to probe, trying to stay patient in their own half. And Inter Miami is pressing high like they have been most of the night. Falcone is trying to defend Morales. Morales hit the deck. Falcone came up and made contact with Morales. And now a restart for New York City. Now across the midfield stripe is NYCFC on the near side, going left to right in the attack. Roll ball to the middle channel. Morales sends it to the left flank. And it's going to be distributed back to Raul Gustavo. Now once again, New York City retreating momentarily. The chase is on. Gray has to turn to his left to the right of the midfield. Oh, and he'll roll it back into his own half. Man, Inter Miami is busy defensively. New York City about 10 yards into the Inter Miami portion. And now Inter Miami trying to make a tackle. The chase is on. New York City maintains possession, but Freese is going to have to see it right back onto his right foot. Pushed back there by Martins, the center back. Inter Miami, can they win the ball back? The answer is no, as Noah Allen is shown a yellow. Making contact from behind with Morales, and I don't know about that. We're going to look at the replay. Allen did stick his right leg out, and he caught just below the knee of Morales. Now, it's turning into a card fest. For Inter Miami, you feel a little bit better than New York City. You have the 2-0 advantage, but There is no room for recklessness for two players on each side now. 33rd minute, we have 4 cards shown, 2 to either club. On the near right flank, this is a good 42 yards away, right of the midfield O. NYCFC with the restart. Fernandez will send it into the middle channel. And this is set high into the box, and it is Busquets who's going to box out an attacker and watch it take one hop along the left end line. Rocco Rios Novo more than happy to allow it to bounce out of play. Again, whoever wins tonight, Inter Miami or New York City, will head to the MLS Cup final next Saturday. It'll be a 2:30 Eastern Time kickoff here at Chase Stadium, or in Vancouver, or in San Diego. If Inter Miami wins, regardless, it's here in South Florida. If NYCFC wins, then the winner of the Western Conference would host the MLS Cup final. Inter Miami, after a foul in its defensive half, quick restart. Here's Messi, just inside the attacking midfield. Sends it out to the right side, charging forward Wagon. Now to Paul, lower right box. To Paul into the middle, wanted again. It falls to Wagon, right foot. His shot is blocked, and it rolls across the right end line. It went off of an Inter Miami player, and it's going to be a goal kick for NYCFC. DePaul nearly had Allende. Now that shot, by the way, from Wagon went off of Silvetti. A goal-saving play by Justin Hack, the right back for New York City. He just clipped it off the right temple. Allende was sitting right there centrally. And if he could score off the ball that Jordi Alba delivered with a glancing header from 30 yards out into a driving wind, he certainly would have scored there. 35 and a half minutes on the first half clock here in Fort Lauderdale. 2-0 Inter Miami. And Jordi Alba wipes out a long ball, but NYCFC racing to get on the end of this ball. Contact coming forward. Rodriguez, he prattled into the back of Morales, who's taking a bit of a beating here in the opening half for New York City. No card there. Rodriguez and Morales got there at a very similar time, but it was Rodriguez for Inter Miami called for the foul. 30 yards away from goal. And the free kick for New York City is going to come outside the border of the right box, near side. Again, 30 yards away, or just about. Standing over it, Morales and Fernandez. The whistle blows. Morales, a sweeping right-footed cross, and it's a goal. It's a header at the edge of the 6-yard box. Deposited right past Rocco Rios Novo, Justin Hack, and New York City pulls one back. Well, if you thought this was going to be easy, think again. What a ball from Morales. Inter Miami's marking fell apart. Hack is onside. It was right between Silvetti and Allende. I mean, a perfectly placed ball, and Rios Novo beaten up top, right below the crossbar. So now it's 2-1. Inter Miami cannot let off the gas. 37-30 on the first half clock. Now Noah Allen, a long ball, a fight for it. Allende, right of the box. He's not going to be able to get there. Gustavo then hits the deck on the far side. And it is a throw-in awarded to Inter Miami. The referee said embellishment, and Inter Miami will have possession. Tadeo Allende, 2 goals for Inter Miami. Justin Hack with his second goal all season long for New York City, and it's 2-1 Inter Miami. And Inter Miami's going to have to play it back into its own right defensive half. Now Noah Allen behind the midfield O. A sellout crowd tonight in Fort Lauderdale. And now a cutting long ball from the defensive end. Noah Allen sent it left of the box. Alba is there. And a cross to really nobody in the penalty D. It's headed away by New York City, but Baltasar Rodriguez left wing. A headed touch by Messi in the middle channel, off to the right wing to Paul. Now Messi, bracketed by 3 defenders, gives Rodriguez on the left flank. Now Noah Allen, 35 feet away, or yards away, I should say. Busquets off to DePaul. Comes forward with purpose, lows it, roller right of the box, collecting near the end line, pushing it out, border of the right box. Here's DePaul. His right-footed cross was denied, and New York City comes out of there with it. Looked promising for Inter Miami, but Inter Miami right back onto the ball, dispossessing New York City. And it's going to come to Rocco Rios Novo. 1 touch on it, and he will distribute to Noah Allen. Inter Miami in its own half, leading 2-1. 39-20, 39-21, 39-22, first half clock. Javier Mascherano going with the same 11 tonight that he did against Cincinnati. Luis Suarez on the bench. Baltasar Rodriguez for Inter Miami. Into the attacking half, now finds Busquets. Now it's pushed back midway through the defensive half, near side to Alba. Alba sends a pass near side to far side to Maxi Falcone. The ball holds up play just inside the attacking midfield, and Noah Allen will send it near left touchline. Alba lifts a ball, upper left, chested down Silvetti, pushes it on to Rodriguez. Rodriguez 30 yards away to Busquets. Busquets will deliver it to Messi. Messi, good ball to Paul. Rolls it, lower right, Wagon cross. It's pinballed around, and it's cleared by New York City, far touchline. It'll be an Inter Miami throw-in as we cross the 40-minute threshold. And Inter Miami leading 2-1. Well, after the New York City goal off the set piece, Inter Miami back on the front foot, trying to find a third. You just get the sense 2 isn't going to do it. NYCFC, not the highest scoring team. They are gritty, they grind. Inter Miami on the border, their left attacking third. Hugging the near touchline is Silvetti. Alba, after Silvetti rolled it back to him, let it play through on to Allen in Inter Miami's own half. Allen has a pass picked off. Not a good decision as Alba was marked, and now New York City across the midfield stripe. Ojeda surges to the right of the box, and it's tackled away nicely by Baltasar Rodriguez. And Rodriguez able to get it out of trouble. Now to Paul, full head of steam, keeps his footing, wants to move forward on the right side, under hit a ball, but Wagon got there. Now Messi charging forward on the right flank. Messi, and trying to feed Wagon in the right box. It rolled about even with the 6-yard box, and Freese comes out to smother it. And he will bowling roll it outside of his own area to the right of the penalty arc. Marcelo Wagon getting into the attack for Inter Miami. Sergio Busquets with a steal in the New York City half. So Inter Miami's going to sit on possession again. At halftime, Mike Rizzo has your highlights, your numbers, and a preview of the Western Conference Final. Vancouver and San Diego. Oh, a great turn on a feed. Can Allende get there? He can. Lower right of the box. Allende trying to play it backwards. Now it's a loose ball, and Silvetti's going to win it in the far corner. Silvetti then played off the ball. Throw in Inter Miami. And Allende is really hoofing it. He is all over the place. New York City has defended these Inter Miami attempts to deliver to the middle of the box well. This happened multiple times, even in the last 4 minutes or so. New York City throw-in. Here is Allen in front of the midfield O. Sent it even near side to Alba. And now a curled ball from Falcone. Rolled onto the far right touchline. Messi drags with his left foot. Lays it off for Wagon. Wagon's going to punch one back with his right toes to Busquets. And now Busquets step over. Gives it to Paul on the outside right channel. To Paul, nice back heel to Messi. Now middle channel, Rodriguez. Rodriguez Didn't have room to line one up. Instead, feeds Busquets. One touches back to Rodriguez, 30 yards away. Banana ball to the right side. DePaul. DePaul nearing the box. DePaul in the middle for Messi. Messi had a heavy touch. Now makes the spin. Now feeds. Lower left of the box. And it'll be a corner for Inter Miami. All that Ojeda could do was send it across the end line. Alba was the target, and it's a corner presented by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Messi is going to head to the near side, left side of the pitch for the corner. This is going to be an outswinger, and the wind should assist it on the outswing, coming from the north, coming from Messi's left-hand side. Messi floats this ball to the far post, and Inter Miami is going to be able to maintain possession, and it rolls 35 yards out for Allen. Rodrigo to Paul now on the left near side. Square ball, Rodriguez. He has to chug after it on the far side, but nobody near him, so he's able to, unaccosted, get onto the end of it. And now Noah Allen, the only Inter Miami player back in his own half, has it bandied back to him for a second time now. And as we approach 45 minutes gone, and Inter Miami leading New York City 2-1. Inter Miami has it at the midfield stripe, near left side for Busquets. They'll pop a ball up over the top of Morales on a Maxi Falcone. We're about to get our indication of added time. It is likely going to be significant as a long ball is played forward. Alba back-heeled it, but couldn't keep it in front of him. Now a fight for it and a foul against Matteo Silvetti, and Javier Mascherano is livid after Silvetti was called for the foul. 6 minutes of added time presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the Q5 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. Now, things were cozy at 2-0, Inter Miami, but then New York City able to collect a goal of their own. Justin Hack, the Brooklyn native, doing his hometown proud, and it's 2-1 Inter Miami. Throw in for NYCFC after Weygott deflected a ball across the far touchline. New York City is going to throw it into their own half. Lionel Messi has been pretty quiet tonight. Tadeo Allende has the brace for Inter Miami, and a poor ball by Tavon Gray from his own half for New York City. Rolls across the near right touchline. Right defensive half of Inter Miami. And Jordi Alba throws it in. Marco Rios Novo, Inter Miami yellow-clad goalkeeper, will spray a ball to the right of his box for Maxi Falcone. Falcone, a bit of a listless ball, and it's stolen by New York City. Coming up the middle channel, good tackle by Sergio Busquets, and then dragged down from behind. That is Baltasar Rodriguez for Inter Miami. We are nearly 2 minutes through 6 additional here in this first half. New York City only 2 halftime leads away from home in all of 2025. Doesn't look like 3 is coming unless there's a late push. Inter Miami watches a foul called against Baltasar Rodriguez. And man, a little bit tough there as Ojeda went to ground. He's grabbing at his face. And John Freeman, the referee, has been busy tonight. That is a foul on Rodriguez. He caught the right ankle of Ojeda with his spikes. 47-31, 47-32. For Inter Miami, they had 11 home halftime leads in MLS play regular season. New York deep in its own half. That's the left side of this natural surface here in Fort Lauderdale. Halfway through added time. Tadeo Allende 2, New York City 1. That is your score line. And New York City will throw it in from the right attacking portion. Far side is where this throw-in comes from. It's pushed backwards, then swept back into the New York City own half. A high ball is sent into the night sky here in South Florida. Inter Miami back on it, and another high floating ball, this into the wind in New York City. Is able to win it back, making the turn. Here is Fernandez, middle channel. Fernandez still going, and Rodrigo to Paul. Took the ball off his foot, and then a push from behind. And the foul on Fernandez, I should say, as Rodrigo to Paul went to ground. So this is going to come down to tactics. What will happen after halftime? What screw can Javier Mascherano turn? Or Pascal Janssen, two first-year managers against one another here tonight for the right to play in the MLS Cup final. Inter Miami has the edge, 2-1. An eventful first half, to say the least. 49.5 minutes on the clock. 6 additional minutes were tacked on. Inter Miami left attacking half to Paul. Middle channel, Silvetti pushed it off to the right. Cutting inside is Wagon. Play through to Paul. Here's Messi outside the penalty D. Able to feed it Silvetti. And then Jordi Alba fell down on a pass from Baltasar Rodriguez, intended for Alba. Even with the box left side, it was a bit behind Alba, and he slipped to the turf. '50th minute. We're at 45 plus 5. And New York City will get a throw-in as it went off of Jordi Alba. Alba is unhappy with Matteo Silvetti. Had something to say to him, to his teammate, his 19-year-old, and now a throw in New York City. Just outside its own box. Gray sent it backwards. And now in his own area, here is Martins. And Inter Miami intercepts a ball in the left attacking third. It rolls to Messi. Messi is pushed, stays on the ball. He curls one outside the upper left for Alba. Back to Messi. Oh, a heavy touch. He wanted to line up a shot. He had his shot blocked, but Busquets keeps it alive. Silvetti, left border of the box, and he earns Inter Miami a corner as Martins delivered it across the left end line. All Inter Miami corners presented by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Frauenrath. Representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Tennis superstar Carlos Alcaraz in attendance tonight here in Fort Lauderdale. If you're just joining us, Tadeo Allende, 2 first-half goals. Justin Hack able to pull one back for New York City. It's 2-1. We are nearing the end of the first half. And here is the corner sent to the edge of the 6-yard box, and it nearly hit the head of Maxi Falcone. That would have challenged Matt Freese. And there is the final whistle of half number 1. Inter Miami got off to a good start, a 2-0 advantage. New York City able to fight back and grab a goal of their own. It is tight, it is nervy, with 45 minutes left to play in this MLS Cup playoff Eastern Conference final. It's Inter Miami 2, New York City 1, and both teams head to the dressing room. At halftime, it'll be Mike Rizzo giving you highlights, giving you numbers, and previewing the Western Conference final. Vancouver Whitecaps and San Diego. 2-1, your halftime scoreline in favor of Inter Miami. This is Inter Miami football.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hey guys, Mike Rizzo here. I know you're moving soon. Don't stress it. Call Good Greek for your total relocation solution. From packing and storage to local and long distance moves, Spiro and his team at Good Greek Moving and Storage has you covered from start to finish. Trusted by families, businesses, and teams like the Heat and the Hurricanes for over 2 decades. Make your next move simple, safe, and stress-free.
Good Greek Moving and Storage. Your superhero movers. Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and when it comes to the NBA, I'm like a kid in a candy store. I want it all. Tonight, the Heat host the Pistons at the Kaseya Center. Miami's ready to turn up the tempo and light up the scoreboard. Cover starts at 7:30 right here on ESPN 106.3.
A bicycle kick is a risky move, and risky can be exciting for soccer, but not for your money. PNC Bank believes boring is better. It's the smart and steady way to manage your finances and save the excitement for all you want to do in life. See how at pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865 and proud to sponsor Inter-Miami CF radio broadcasts. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985 and proud supporter of Inter-Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Football season is here, and the ultimate game day headquarters is Twin Peaks. Whether it's college Saturdays or NFL Sundays, catch every kickoff, every touchdown, every Hail Mary right here at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. From scratch-made favorites to ice-cold 29-degree draft beers, Twin Peaks is delivering all the winning plays. Looking for a stronger lineup? No one does game day like Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks, come for the game, stay for the experience.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121, or visit tworld.com today.
What does 268 horsepower sound like? You're hearing it right now. This is the Audi A5. With breathtaking acceleration that commands attention. Precision crafted to bring the thrill to every turn. This is powerful performance. The Audi A5.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter-Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Here's Mike Rizzo.
A long ball forward. On the end of it, this is Allende. Fights in the box. Goal! Tadeo Allende on a long ball. Fought off the defender. Got his right foot into it. And Inter-Miami strikes first in the Eastern Conference Final. 13 minutes in. Allende with the goal. 1-0. Inter-Miami over New York City.
Tadeo Allende, his 7th goal in 6 games. Obviously, today would be Allende's 6th game play, but he's got a brace in the first half. The young player on loan from Celta Vigo, scoring his most professional goals in a single season this year. He's got 20 goals in 52 total appearances so far heading into this game. Make that 22 because Allende has a brace in that first half. Welcome on in, folks, to your Inter-Miami halftime report. I am your host, Mike Rizzo. Inter-Miami up 2-1 at the halftime break. Now, NYCFC was able to get in. Justin Hack able to put on a good header on target, which found the back of the net and beat our very own Rocco Rios Novo. It was a good cross in from Maxi Morales as well, but a very cagey, it's a good way I could put it, a very cagey first half where we saw 4 bookings, 2 yellow cards in that first half for Fernandez and Morales. Believe it or not, The two strikers up top for NYCFC and Morales and Fernandez are both in the book, and that is without Martinez, too. Martinez is the second leading goal scorer in the MLS Cup playoffs for NYCFC, so a little thin at the position. I'm very interested to see what Pascal Janssen is going to do probably in about the 75th minute, because if one of those players, if Fernandez and Morales makes a mistake, it could be very good news for our Herons, as they could get their second yellow card, and Inter Miami could be playing up a man. But the two guys to pick up cards for Inter Miami on our side are Noah Allen and Marcelo Wagan. You heard the goal-scoring highlight from Tadio Allende. That was his first goal in the 13th minute. We'll hear from his brace, which happened in the 23rd minute, and that Justin Hack goal, which happened in the 36th. But I do want to get you guys a couple of match facts here at halftime. Once again, if you're just joining us, this is our Inter Miami Radio Network halftime report. Inter Miami up 2-1 over NYCFC. Tadio Allende with 2 goals, a brace in the 14th minute and the 23rd minute, and Justin Hack with a header goal assisted from Morales in the 37th. Inter Miami controlling more possession than NYCFC, 53% to 43. Expected goals, Inter Miami winning that category as well, 0.45 compared to NYCFC's 0.16. 5 total shots for Inter Miami, 3 total shots for NYCFC. Our Herons have put 3 on target. NYCFC has put 2 on target. Inter Miami has had 2 big chances in the half. They've had 1 big chance missed, while NYCFC had 1 big chance, and obviously that big chance was Justin Hack and the header goal, which happened in the 36th minute. A lot of fouls in this contest. 17 total, 10 by Inter Miami, 7 by NYCFC. Our Herons have 2 corners, and NYCFC does not have any corners on the game. Rocco Rios Novo has a couple of saves tonight as well. Had a good save early on in about the 20th minute, able to deflect the goal. It was shot right at him, but it had decent pace. And that's about everything I could go through that is on the stat sheet. But it's a cagey one right now, 2-1. You heard the voice of the Inter Miami Herons, Ken Levica. He put it better than I could. Going to come down to tactics. Going to come down to tactics in that second half. As we've seen, NYCFC likes pressing the ball. They like high tempo. They like playing in transition. Now, a couple of those through balls didn't work for NYCFC. And what I mean by that, they were playing with the wind in the first half. Inter Miami will be playing with the wind in the second half. So we'll have to keep an eye if Inter Miami wants to take advantage of a couple of long balls through. Tadio Allende has been a very, very dangerous player when he gets out on the run. Once again, if you're just joining us, Allende, a brace in the first half. That is 7 goals in 6 fixtures. Tonight is going to be 6 fixtures played for Allende. He had 5 goals in 5 matches heading into the night tonight. A brace tonight has Tadio Allende in great company as Lionel Messi is the second leading goal scorer now. Messi heading into the night was first in goals with 6 goals in 5 matches. Now Messi, the GOAT, could easily put 2 behind the net and be in the lead tonight. We've seen it multiple times throughout the season for Inter Miami and multiple competitions that they've been able to figure things out in the second half. And Coach Mascherano has a couple of things to look at the halfway mark. Once again, Inter Miami up 2-1 over NYCFC. Let's take a listen to that Tadio Allende goal again. This was the first goal in the 14th minute. Ken Levica voicing the Inter Miami Herons on the call.
A long ball forward on the end of it. This is Allende, fights in the box. Goal! Tadio Allende on a long ball, fought off the defender, got his right foot into it, and Inter Miami strikes first in the Eastern Conference Final. 13 minutes in, Allende with the goal. 1-0, Inter Miami over New York City.
Once again, heading into the night, Allende had 20 goals in 50 appearances. Make that 22 in 51. Granted, he could still score more as we have a whole half to play. Allende did find the back of the net a second time, as I've been hammering into your heads here at the halftime report. Let's take a listen in the 23rd minute. Ken Levica.
Play resumes. Here's a feed into the area. Header! Oh, my goodness! From just outside the 6-yard box, it's a Tadio Allende masterpiece on a ball from Jordi Alba. That was all world. That was sensational. That was mind-blowing. And it's 2-0 Inter Miami out of nothing in the 22nd minute. Tadio Allende cannot be stopped. A titan of the postseason. 7 goals in the playoffs for Tadeo Allende.
So a masterclass by Allende in that first half, but NYCFC able to pull one back in the 37th minute. 2-1, our Herons still lead.
The whistle blows. Morales, a sweeping right-footed cross, and it's a goal. It's a header at the edge of the 6-yard box. Deposited right past Rocco Rios Novo, Justin Hack, and New York City pulls one back.
2-1, your halftime score. Allende with a brace. Hack with a 37th minute goal for NYCFC, and Coach Mascherano hopefully pushing the right buttons in that halftime conversation. Let's take our timeout. When we come back, we'll throw it back to the voice of the Inter Miami Herons, Ken LaVicka, right here on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
Putting the ball behind the keeper takes lots and lots and lots of tireless work that leads to something brilliant. It's the same with PNC Bank. They take a smart, practical approach with your money so you can score brilliant financial goals. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865, and proud banking sponsor of Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts. Visit pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Download the ESPN South Florida app today and get the latest on local shows like Theoretically Speaking and Russo and Rizzo. Get some ESPN podcasts or get the high school sports updates in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. Curious about what Mike Rizzo had to say about Aaron Rodgers? It's on the app. Wasn't able to find the score of the West Boca high school football game? It's on the app. Want to catch the Inter Miami live broadcast? You guessed it. It's on the app. Go download the ESPN South Florida app today and get your fix on all things sports right here in Palm Beach County.
What does 268 horsepower sound like? You're hearing it right now. This is the Audi A5. With breathtaking acceleration that commands attention. Precision crafted to bring the thrill to every turn. This is powerful performance. The Audi A5.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
It's Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Ken LaVicka.
Getting set for the second half here at Chase Stadium. It is Inter Miami 2, New York City FC 1. This is the MLS Cup playoff Eastern Conference Final. The winner will move on to play either Vancouver or San Diego in the MLS Cup final if Inter Miami wins. It is right here at Chase Stadium, and we are back underway. New York City in possession, and they'll go right to left in the attack in half number 2. Again, cool by South Florida standards. It is in the upper 60s, 68 degrees. Winds out of the north-northeast at right around 17. A substitution at halftime for New York City. Hannes Wolf, 11 goals in the regular season. He enters for New York City. Is that going to be a pivotal move for Pascal Janssen, first-year manager for New York City, with his team down 2-1 early in this second half? 2 Tadeo Allende goals for Inter Miami. That is the difference. Justin Hack has a goal. He brought it back to a 1-goal deficit with his header off of a set piece. Inter Miami will head to the right side of the pitch in half number 2, attacking Matt Freese's goal. This will be rolled back to Inter Miami keeper Rocco Rios Novo in his own box. It was Hannes Wolf taking off Johnny Shore for New York City. That's your substitution. Wolf featured in the Bundesliga before he came to NYCFC. RB Salzburg as well in Austria. Also spent time at Swansea City. Inter Miami got onto a 2-0 lead, and now they'll try and hang on. At home this season, 23 goals here at Chase Stadium in second halves. That's first in MLS. But 18 goals conceded in the regular year in the second 45 here in South Florida. That was tied for the worst mark in Major League Soccer. And it'll be New York City with a throw-in and the Inter Miami half near touchline. We have played just over 2 minutes here in this second half. New York City in the regular year allowed 9 goals away. That was the top mark in Major League Soccer. The ball rolls along the touchline from the New York City half. It rolled all the way from the middle of the New York City half down to the corner. Oh, look out. Inter Miami just had a terrible giveaway. Morales, top of the box, lays it off to the upper right. Here's a shot deflected right on to Rocco Rios Novo. That was nearly a horrendous result for Inter Miami. Rocco Rios Novo with a really lazy ball. The upper right of his own box. Falcone couldn't get there. Wolf poked it on Morales. It fell ultimately to Ojeda, but it was Jordi Alba who got a foot on a shot from the upper right, and it bounced on to Rocco Rios Novo. That was almost shades of the Jordi Alba disaster class in match day 1 that led to New York City's goal that put them ahead 2-1. Right now the scoreline 2-1 Inter Miami, but New York City has had all the possession so far through nearly 4 minutes of the second half, and they just had a shot on target. Long ball forward, Inter Miami can win it. Noah Allen made a mess of it, but a foul against New York City. Tugging on the back of Allen was Ojeda. Make that Fernandez. Oh boy, Allen had some problems with that. Part of it is Fernandez had the right shoulder of Allen and ripped at him. Can Inter Miami get on some of the ball here? They're going to have a throw-in their own half, about 7 yards to the left of the midfield stripe. From the New York City touchline, Pascal Janssen still shouting at the referee, John Freeman, about that sequence moments ago where he thought Fernandez had beaten Noah Allen to the ball and would have had a 1v1 against Rocco Rios Novo. Luis Suarez is up and taping his wrist for Inter Miami, as we are just shy of the 50th minute. Got it bright Ian Frey, Talasco Segovia. Tomas Aviles also over warming up. Inter Miami in the right attacking third. There is contact, and the referee calls a foul as Silvetti was taken to the ground. He was jostled near right touchline by Raul Gustavo, and Inter Miami's going to have a free kick, even with the top of the box, near side, right side. Jordi Alba, or make that Rodrigo to Paul. Was furious with the referee with the corner flag. And Inter Miami quick throw in Wagon. Feeds it to Paul, right of the box. Rolls it to Wagon, outside the upper right. Good delivery. Backwards, middle channel. Allen. He'll send a square ball. Alba whips it into the middle of the box, and Allende just missed a hat trick. The ball clipped the front of his head and went wide right. He was all by himself with Freeze in the 6-yard box. Oh, Allende had that right on his head. It was a perfect ball, and I don't know how he missed it. Oh, man, it's not going to get any better than that. He has got to finish that. As that header went wide right. Allende, who's been so clinical in this postseason, that is really his first true mistake of this MLS Cup playoff. It should have been 3 for Inter Miami. And you hope that doesn't come back to haunt the men in pink. New York City in its own half. They find room to operate. Charging forward, here's Wolf near left touchline. Wolf with his right foot got knocked to the ground by Weygott, and a foul is called on Weygott, who needs to be careful. He's on a yellow. New York City with Wolf on has suddenly found some legs and some sprint to him. Counter opportunities were few and far between in the opening 45. They're starting to move a little bit. 30 yards away. Maxi Morales. The Argentine will deliver a free kick. It's about 6 yards away from the touchline. There's a good distance here, but Inter Miami has already conceded a set piece tonight. And Morales was the one with the assist. He found Justin Hack. This will have to be better marked. 2-1, Inter Miami, 52nd minute. Here's Morales out swinging. Free kick that was headed. It went off the top of the bar, and now there's a whistle from the referee. As Rios Novo is down, clutching at his ribs. Yeah, Rios Novo was blown up at the top of the 6-yard box. That ball sailed up in the wind, and Raul Gustavo thought he had a goal, or at least a shot on target, and hit off the crossbar after it took one hop in the box, but Rios Novo was definitely fouled on that play. This is getting a little sketchy, though, for Inter Miami. They have got to shore this up. That's the second time things haven't looked particularly solid on a set piece. Inter Miami was dinged in the previous instance. Morales to Hack. So New York City has certainly grown into this match after trailing 2-0. Shy of the half-hour mark. Inter Miami moments ago had a great opportunity with Tadeo Allende's head that he couldn't direct on target. And New York City is pressing very high. Good ball from Weygott onto Busquets, and now Inter Miami in their defensive half. Messi rolls the ball forward onto Rodriguez. Rodriguez full charge, going middle channel to inside right flank. Now to Paul. Has it 25 yards out. Sends it to Busquets, 30 yards away, straight on. Allen comes in support for Inter Miami on the left flank. Allen, left-footed, and that's a bad giveaway. Passed it to nobody in particular, but Allen just missiled a ball across the left end line. I think he was trying to blast it off of a New York City defender, and he missed everybody. And it's going to be a goal kick for New York City. So glad you are with us on this Saturday night. And it is tense, it is dramatic here in South Florida. Eastern Conference Final. The winner 90 minutes away from claiming the MLS Cup championship. Matt Freese for New York City in front of his own goal, dressed in green tonight. New York City tries to play out of the back, and they're doing so successfully, but a tackle, and now Inter Miami with DePaul. DePaul holds up play momentarily, was looking for options, instead defers to Busquets outside left channel. Alba had a pass deflected. Busquets kept it in possession, though, for Inter Miami. Here's Busquets, 35 yards out. Weygott is demanding a ball on the near side. Busquets didn't see him, and now a dangerous ball given away by Rodriguez. Maxi Falcone was there initially to knock it backwards, but a long ball forward, and the flag was up. It is an offside against New York City. And now we have Ian Frey and Yannick Bright in for Inter Miami. They are about to substitute on. Well, the ball actually hit the referee. That's what held up play. New York City in its own half. So interesting here for Javier Mascherano. Frey and Bright about to come on, receiving their final instructions as Matt Freese has the ball for New York City in his own area. NYCFC near side, defensive third. And a steal for Allende of Inter Miami, but a foul was called against Inter Miami, and here come the substitutions. It'll be Ian Frey taking off Marcelo Weigott. Frey, who missed the match against FC Cincinnati, banged up on international duty for Jamaica. And off comes Noah Allen for Yannick Bright. Bright has not seen many minutes over the last month, and he is brought in a massive spot with Inter Miami nursing a 2-1 lead as we approach the 57th minute. The first two substitutions for Javier Mascherano, Ian Frey and Yannick Bright. New York City coming out of its own half, and Yannick Bright able to shield NYC off the ball, and then Rodrigo de Paul is twisted down in the midfield circle. That goal from Hack in the opening half from New York City was the first Inter Miami goal conceded in over 230 minutes. Inter Miami in the New York City half. Now back beyond the defensive stripe. Good ball into the middle to Paul. DePaul 30 yards away. Paul swipes the ball to the left flank. Now it's Alba on to Messi. Messi drives forward. Messi, Alba back to Messi. Sends it lower left and unable to get there was Baltasar Rodriguez. Not the best ball from Messi, but it took a deflection. It's a corner across the left end line. And all corners for Inter Miami brought to you by Lotto Rider Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Now, interesting here, this should be an outswinger for Messi from the far side, and it is a short corner. Maybe he thought he would play the wind. On to Alba, outside the upper left. Now back to the far left touchline, Messi. Back to Alba. Good ball, Alba. Left box, Messi couldn't get there. He was cut off the ball, but that was misplayed by New York City. Ojeda let it roll across the left end line, and it'll be another corner for Inter Miami. Perhaps with the wind blowing straight at New York City's goal, Messi could try and send a ball that is blown back towards Matt Freese's goal. A far side Olympico with a left foot would be new, that's for sure. 17-mile-an-hour winds out of the north. Inter Miami attacks the south goal. Messi does send it to the middle of the box. It's headed away by New York City, but it's maintained by Inter Miami. Alba able to find Messi in space, far left touchline. Cuts it to his right foot, and we have a stoppage in play as Messi tested the goal from 30 yards. The referee stops play. It was an offside against Inter Miami, and here comes the second substitution for New York City. Julian Fernandez. He is going to enter. Ojeda comes off for New York City. So it's Fernandez and Martinez at the top of the formation now for New York City. 2-1 Inter Miami, and we are at the hour mark in South Florida. And New York City trying to play from the back. And Maxi Falcone cleared it briefly, but still in the Inter Miami portion is New York City. Jordi Alba won a ball initially, but couldn't finish the job. And now a ball is hacked outside the left box. New York City chasing it, and it's out of play across the end line in the near corner. Wolf couldn't grab control of it. And Inter Miami will have a goal kick. So both teams have made two substitutions. And there is a nervous murmur in these parts. Inter Miami trying to achieve its first MLS Cup final appearance in franchise history and make their second final appearance of the year after playing for a League's Cup title, losing in Seattle. Conceded throw-in, and New York City's left attacking third on the near side. Javier Mascherano shouts out instructions Mascherano going with Frey and Bright. Bright has not seen action in a match this early the entire postseason. New York City's going to retract all the way back to its own penalty box, where Matt Freese will lay it off. The chase is on in the midfield, and good job by Ian Frey, who then gave it away off a bad ball and a nutmeg for Wolf. Wolf is 1-on-3, sends it to the upper right box. Here's New York City. Here is a right-footed shot from outside the 6-yard box, and Jordi Alba making a block on a shot. Oh my goodness, that was really scary as New York City was charging forward with Julian Fernandez. Oh boy, that was messy. Jordi Alba made a great play to get himself into some room to operate, and then just simply gave it away. It's a corner for New York City. Far side and near side. And it's a short corner, and a whistle in the box, and Maxi Falcone just drew a foul as he was thrown to the ground, and after all that, it'll be Inter Miami with the possession. (62-38) as more Inter Miami reinforcements get loose near the touchline. On the left side of the pitch, Marco Rios Novo is going to have a ball rolled onto him in front of his own goal. Here Miami having trouble getting it out of its own half, but there's Messi as he slices a ball into the right attacking half. Rodriguez, the chase is on, and he can't get there. It rolls halfway through the New York City defensive half and out of play on the far side. I said Martinez, by the way, taking Ojeda off. I meant Julian Fernandez, wrong last name. Martinez injured his ACL in international duty just a few weeks ago, so he is unavailable. So it's Fernandez and Fernandez, Nicholas and Julian up top for NYCFC. Fernandez is the one who had that shot blocked last time in a dangerous area for New York City. New York City deep in its defensive third. Another throw, and they have really controlled possession here in the second half. Inter Miami has got to find a way to get back on the ball, up 2-1. Approaching the midfield is New York City. And here they come on the counter. A good ball from the far touchline into the middle. Coming up in support was Allende. And Inter Miami is going to be able to win it. Allende wanted to find DePaul, who was making a run, but then Allende won it back in the midfield circle. He is everywhere. Then Silvetti is tackled violently, and the referee says play on as he lays injured back in his own half. New York City on the move, far right touchline. And a New York City player knocked to the ground on the far side. That was Julian Fernandez. He can't believe a foul wasn't called. Referee said play on, then Messi's chopped down from behind, and a card is coming out. Oh, what a wild sequence there. And that is O'Toole, who is shown the yellow for New York City. 65th minute, 2-1. Inter Miami leads New York City here in Fort Lauderdale. New York City has been the better side here through 20 minutes of the second half, but it's Inter Miami with the advantage thanks to two Tadeo Allende first half goals. Off the free kick, it is sent far left touchline. Jordi Alba chests it down, and then Inter Miami goes attacking half to defensive half immediately. Sergio Busquets directing traffic on the ball, and he's going to right foot a delivery on to Maxi Falcone, sends it near left touchline. Ian Frey gave up the ball. Frey has not been very good since entering in New York City on the run. Nicholas Fernandez takes a return ball from Wolf. Lower left, across to the back post, and what a save! Rocco Rios Novo ranging to his right, tipping the ball over the bar on a low-footed attempt from Julian Fernandez. Rios Novo saves the day, at least for now, in the 65th minute. Inter Miami Phillies defense right now is getting diced, though. Absolutely sliced through. Rios Novo, a Herculean effort, pushing a shot that was destined for goal, upper left-hand side. In swinging corner for New York City. It's sent right into the middle. It is headed down by Allende, and Rodriguez able to claim it, and he's going to roll it onto Allende. He'll run into the right attacking half. He doesn't really have any reinforcements. He pulls it back, and now he's going to send a square ball near side where Messi has it on the right flank. Messi comes forward. Messi pushes it to Paul, right of the box. To Paul, a high cross, Alba left of the box, plays it off to Messi, turns to his right foot, top of the area, now finds Silvetti, goal! From the right of the penalty spot! Matteo Silvetti blasted it with a right foot, past Breeze! It's an assist for Messi! It's a goal for Silvetti! That duo for a second straight match, and it's 3 for the South Florida side. Inter Miami 3, New York City 1. What build-up! It was all started by Tadeo Allende. That was all started by Allende. How many times have we said that the last 2 matches? Rios Novo with the glorious save on one end, and then back down in the right attacking third. Alba fed Messi, who felt Silvetti, who was all by himself in a pocket of defenders to the right of the penalty spot. And Silvetti with a right foot put it right past Freeze. Silvetti with the power just enough to beat Freeze, and now it's 3-1. How does Inter Miami handle it now? Back up by 2 goals, second time tonight, 68th minute. Inter Miami sits 22 minutes away from a berth in the MLS Cup final. But as we've seen, a job is not easy to finish off, especially against a grinder side like New York City. A foul against DePaul, and New York City's going to come right to left in the attack. Tavon Gray has it in his own end. New York City will play in their own half, right side of the pitch. A back heel to nobody from Morales. Busquets has it for Inter Miami. Now up ahead, Messi. Messi 40 yards out, straight on. He's going to distribute. Baltasar Rodriguez back to Messi in the middle channel. Messi back to Rodriguez outside the upper left. Now left of the box. Silvetti will roll it back to Alba. Alba, Silvetti on a little pop pass from Alba. 1-2 goes Alba and Silvetti. Silvetti forgot the ball. And then a foul against Silvetti. And a card is shown on that side. Or is that Rodriguez? No, it is Silvetti. And I'm not sure New York had enough numbers forward to hit on the counter where Silvetti had to grab shirt. It was Baltasar Rodriguez, my apologies. Again, that stands. I don't think he needed to grab shirt there. Tadeo Allende, 2 goals tonight. Matteo Silvetti with a goal as well. And Talasco Segovia is up. The penny is off for Javier Mascherano. A foul in the midfield. Rodriguez, a push in the back. And it'll be a free kick from the midfield circle for New York City, as we await the arrival momentarily of Talasco Segovia, the young Venezuelan. Maxi Falcon with a clearance for Inter Miami. It was Segovia who had the game-leveling goal, 90+10 in the opener of the season against New York City here in Fort Lauderdale. Sergio Busquets intercepts a pass in the defensive half. But New York City is going to retrieve the ball in the attacking midfield. Here is Raul Gustavo delivering the ball 30 yards out, outside left channel. Wolf, good cut inside, but then he gets wiped out by DePaul. DePaul then is tackled from behind, and the referee said play on. DePaul's got to get up. Here's Julian Fernandez outside the upper left, but his pass was too hot to handle on the right wing, and it goes straight through Nicolas Fernandez, and DePaul is still down, clutching at his face. Baltasar Rodriguez is the next one to the bench for Inter Miami. A lively performance as always for Rodriguez. Talasco Segovia comes on. Frey, Bright, Segovia have all come on for Inter Miami. 3-1 Inter Miami. 71.5 minutes are gone, and DePaul still down. Lionel Messi has an assist tonight. Make that 13 goal contributions in the postseason for the Great One. Yannick Bright just gave away a ball outside the box, then he came back and made a huge tackle in the penalty arc. No problem for Yannick Bright. He recovered expertly and was able to dispossess Maxi Morales. What a way to atone. Do it 3 seconds after your mistake. Here's Talasco Segovia, his first touch, and he ranges into the right attacking half far side. Left to right is the Inter Miami attack. Segovia on to Bright. He's outside the defensive left of the midfield circle. Now Messi rolls it to Bright in the attacking half, and he'll sweep a ball near right touchline to Ian Frey. Bright was taken down, kicked along the ankles. Javier Mascherano furious, and there's a whistle, and there's a card, and it's the New York City goal scorer, Justin Hack. And Bright's going to receive some attention from the physios in the midfield circle. Appreciate all of you listening tonight. It's the Inter Miami Radio Network, the flagship ESPN 106.3, the free ESPN South Florida app. Those of you listening on Sirius XM channel 157, and those who are watching and listening concurrently on Apple TV Plus. With Juan Pinzon, on-site engineer on this Saturday. I am Ken LaVicka. Mike Rizzo back in the network studios in West Palm Beach. Inter Miami 3, New York City 1. So far, the man with a foot in the man of the match is Tadeo Allende. Just like FC Cincinnati, the 4-0 Inter Miami victory in the semifinal, it hasn't just been the goals, 2 of them for Allende. It has been the fact he's been opportunistic. He has been exuberant. He has been an absolute lightning rod, chasing the ball all over the place, throwing his body around. Allende has been sensational in this postseason, and it is continued here tonight. Alba was trying to play Silvetti through left of the box. It was intercepted by New York City in the right defensive half, far touchline. Now in front of their own area, here is Hack. Hack will roll the ball onto Gustavo, and now here to the midfield strike comes New York City briefly before they play it back into their own end. New York City fifth in the Eastern Conference this year, as Rodrigo DePaul sends O'Neal down to the grass from behind. Inter Miami has struggled with New York City. Only 2 victories to 7 defeats, 4 draws all time for Inter Miami. It was 4 straight draws in the series before Inter Miami won 4-0 at Citi Field September 24th. New York City in its midfield trying to creatively find its way, some room to operate. A foul against Maxi Falcone in the midfield circle. We welcome you to the 75th minute. 3-1 Inter Miami. Here's Wolf, left attacking half for New York. Charges forward, left step over. He is tackled off the ball, but a foul is called against Inter Miami just outside the area. Is it going to be Frey or is it going to be DePaul? And I believe that was Frey who was called for the foul. He has had a rough go of it since entering this match. Ian Frey, no, yes, it is Ian Frey as he grabbed the collar of Wolf. I'm not sure how he thought that that wasn't going to be called. This is going to be a tough angle free kick. At least tough angle to put it on goal. It's only about a yard outside the penalty area. About even just inside the left border of the box. And it's going to be Morales. Dangerous, dangerous set pieces for Morales. He already has an assist tonight. Inter Miami going to try and fight this off. Up 3-1. And And we tick to 76 minutes, 3-1 Inter Miami. Nicolas Fernandez there with Morales. There's the whistle. Morales backs up, and now it's going to be fed back post by Fernandez, and it was headed away momentarily by Ian Frey. And Inter Miami will have a pass blocked. Rodriguez had it blast off of his ankles. The crowd thought for a moment he could get on the end of it and get out on the counter. Instead, it rolled across the far touchline, throw in New York City, and here they come again into the Inter Miami half. A great job on that far side. A lovely tackle, Telasco Segovia, and Inter Miami is going to play it out of the back. Got to be careful. It's rolled on to Rocco Rios Novo, and he does with the wind to his back send this ball skyward into the New York City half. It is headed down by Gustavo. New York City will go again from their own penalty arc, but not before Matt Freese has it played back to him. Matt Freese has conceded 9 times this season to Inter Miami. And Inter Miami wins a throw-in on the far side. Matteo Silvetti really pushing hard and making life difficult over there. Silvetti, what a sensation, a phenom at 19 years old. About 30 yards away is where this throw-in comes from the far left side. Alba high above his head. And he's going to force it along the touchline, and Silvetti is pushed and fouled. And it's going to be a free kick. Top of the box, far side of left side is Silvetti in the 77th minute. Figures that it's going to take him a little bit to recover from that push and that foul. Alba stands over this free kick. Matteo Silvetti, did he collect the goal that puts this Eastern Conference final away, giving Inter Miami a third? We will find out. 78th minute. We welcome you to it. There's the whistle. Alba from left to the box. Here's his free kick. It floats to the 6-yard area. It's headed down. Falcone was able to get a right foot on it, and it's going to bounce out of play across the right end line. Freese couldn't get there in time, and it's a corner for Inter Miami, presented by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com, and Inter Miami in no particular hurry to deliver this corner near side to far side. And this will be an in-swinging corner, and Messi's going to walk over and take it. Messi, who has tried, by my count, and this is not me guessing, I have tracked it, 14 Olympicos this season, has not converted once. Will he give it a shot with the wind blowing in a very quick manner into Matt Freese's face in front of goal? Will Messi go for it? Up 3-1 in this Eastern Conference final. The corner flag blowing straight. Messi puts his left foot into it. No, it's going to be sent to the upper left of the box. Chopped down by Alba with a left foot. Ball sent high in the air. Bright recycled it back to the edge of the 6-yard box. And it was a second ahead of Alba's approach. And Freese able to bring it in with his hands. A wonderful delivery by Freese. Sent it airborne all the way to midfield. But it was poked away by Falcone. Now Inter Miami comes forward. What a play by Falcone. Back to goal to keep the ball in front of him. Oh, an attempted back heel by Segovia. He had Alba making a run, but it was intercepted. And it'll be rolled out of play by Inter Miami in the New York City half. 79-50. It is 3-1 Inter Miami. Allende with a brace in the first half. Silvetti with a goal on an assist from Messi here in this second half. And the crowd trying to push Inter Miami on with this 2-goal advantage. And Inter Miami is going to win it back in their own half. Swept back by Busquets 40 yards away to Rocco Rios Novo. Rios Novo sends a sky ball to Frey. And Frey able to pop a ball up over Fernandez. And it's sent into the middle. That's better from Frey. His best touch denied. And now Segovia backheel to nobody in particular in the defensive midfield. Segovia probably should can that. He's attempted that twice, and none of them have been particularly close on that no-look playthrough. Inter Miami fans, it is Nearing the 81st minute, and Inter Miami leads it 3-1, and Luis Suarez, the penny is off, and he's headed to the touchline at the next dead ball. New York City, defensive midfield. Middle to near side. Here is Gustavo charging forward, lays it off in front of the midfield O. Bright charges, trying to win the ball, but New York City maintains possession. Gray sends it right flank O'Neal. O'Neal into the middle, and a tackle by Falcone, but a foul is called as Morales hit the ground. Falcone is upset. Sorry, that was Fernandez, Nicolas Fernandez, who got chopped down there. This is straight on, but this is also from 35 yards. Here is Luis Suarez, and he'll take off the third goal scorer, or the scorer of the third goal for Inter Miami, Matteo Silvetti. A Uruguayan in for an Argentine. Luis Suarez, after Silvetti gets a standing ovation. And Suarez gets a standing ovation for how professionally he is handled coming off the bench in the last two matches. 82-14, 82-15, 82-16 as New York City stands over a free kick straight on 35 yards away. Morales and Fernandez. Morales lobs it, left box, and Allende wipes that out. Messi chests the ball down, and look out, here they go! Segovia, 1v1, into the attacking half, right side of the pitch. Segovia has Alba in the middle channel. Segovia into the middle, back heel Alba! Oh, he delivered a beautiful ball to Segovia, and it's a worldie! Segovia slots it home! That was beautiful! That was magnificent! That was showtime! That was one for our museum, hanging on the wall. 4-1, Inter Miami. Inter Miami is going to the MLS Cup Final next Saturday in South Florida. The party is on in Fort Lauderdale. Messi started the sequence with a chest down on a high ball. A wonderful feed. No look to Segovia, and he was off to the races. Segovia fed Alba. Alba, beautiful touch pass back to Segovia, and Freeze didn't stand a chance. I mean, that is so pretty. That is so beautiful. How can you not marvel at that? And that is just a goal that is the highest of high quality you're going to see in Major League Soccer. Rocco Rios Novo pumping his fist in front of his goal. Javier Mascherano urging on his team, see it through. Everybody standing here in Fort Lauderdale. It is 4-1, Inter Miami. It's going to be the third straight match that Inter Miami scores for. This side has turned it on at the perfect time. At the time where they want to finally win a trophy. That has evaded this club all season long. CONCACAF Champions Cup. Booted in the semifinal. Leagues Cup final. A loss to Seattle. A foul against Inter Miami as New York City was in the Inter Miami half. Nicolas Fernandez knocked down from behind by DePaul. Quick restart here for New York City. Gustavo. Falcone able to win a ball. And then Messi was hit from behind. Still chested it down and was able to poke it to Suarez. Suarez onto Segovia again. Inter Miami's looking for more. Segovia into the right attacking half, was dispossessed but still won it back. And finally he is fouled. Segovia didn't give up on it. And it's Julian Fernandez who's shown the whistle for New York City. Inter Miami is going to head to the MLS Cup Final. It is 4-1 Inter Miami. 85.5 minutes on the clock here in South Florida. Messi for Inter Miami. Here he comes up the left wing. Sent it Suarez trying a 1-2 with Messi to deliver it back to him, but it's won right back by Bright. Suarez wanted to play through Messi, but it never got through. Suarez is really upset with himself. It was the right idea, though. All it took was one little tiny clip off of a right ankle. It would have found Messi if not for that, and he would have been right in on threes. Tadeo Allende just won a wonderful ball in the New York City half with the back of his head. I'm telling you, Tadeo Allende, he has been, and Messi is the greatest, and he is the class of the league, and he is the MVP. But you can certainly make an argument Tadeo Allende is in the neighborhood of most important player for Inter Miami in this postseason. I mean, he has just been dazzling. Suarez lets it play through to Messi. On to Suarez outside the upper left. Back to Messi in the box. Now Messi dispossessed. Can't line up. Suarez with a missile blast. That was blocked away point blank. And then Yannick Bright commits a foul as he shook down Nicolas Fernandez, and Bright is shown a yellow as we get into the 87th minute. Inter Miami has still been pushing forward. Suarez is desperate to find a goal for Lionel Messi. Messi does have a goal contribution tonight, an assist to his fellow Rosario man, Matteo Silvetti. Second straight match he's picked out the 19-year-old. Silvetti returned the favor in Cincinnati. New York City in its midfield O. Miami is still moving towards the ball. Wonderful back heel again, Allende to get possession back for Inter Miami. Falcone tells Frey, roll it back onto our keeper. And Marco Rios Novo does have the ball, and then Falcone is taken down to the ground from behind. The referee is just going to sort this out. He called a foul against New York City. John Freeman's had his work cut out for him tonight. It has been physical, it has been chippy, it has been tense on the pitch. A bunch of yellows, but Freeman has kept all of these players from collecting a red that have received bookings. All in all, a pretty good night for Freeman, the veteran referee. Ian Frey in his own defensive third. Back to the midfield, trying to shield off Wolf, and then he's pushed from behind. And good job by Frey, eating up some clock and giving Inter Miami a free kick to the right of its own box. Inter Miami fans, we are well into the 88th minute with Inter Miami up 4-1. Off the free kick, not a great free kick. Picked off by Fernandez, but won right back by Inter Miami. And here's Yannick Bright making his way up the middle of the defensive portion of the pitch. Inter Miami is going to host the MLS Cup Final next Saturday, 2:30 Eastern Time. Yannick Bright, oh, what a ball through to Allende! Allende right to the penalty arc! Allende into the box! Allende, the chip in the goal! It's a hat trick! Tadeo Allende! He's unstoppable! He's impenetrable! Tadeo Allende can do no wrong! It's another goal for Allende! He puts a bow on an absolutely dominant MLS Cup playoff! And he receives adoration and adulation from the Inter Miami faithful. 5-1 Inter Miami. Yannick Bright with the assist. Allende, shift freeze. Tadeo Allende is an absolute sniper. Cannot stop finishing. New York City's going to make one more substitution. It's Seymour Reed who will enter, the homegrown product. Tadeo Allende, 3 goals in an Eastern Conference final. It doesn't get any better than that. Listen to this crowd in Fort Lauderdale. Chanting Allende. We've only heard Messi, Messi all season long. There is the final whistle, and the match is over. For the first time in franchise history, Inter Miami will play for the MLS Cup. Tadeo Allende, a hat trick. Inter Miami overwhelms New York City 5-1. And next Saturday in South Florida, Inter Miami plays for a trophy. The Inter Miami side spills out of the turf. 3 goals for Tadeo Allende. Matteo Silvetti with a tally. And just a remarkable piece of football. Talasco Segovia with a goal. Inter Miami has claimed the Eastern Conference Championship. And there will be a trophy ceremony in the midfield. We will carry it for you here on the Inter Miami flagship, ESPN 106.3, ESPN South Florida, Sirius XM Channel 157, Apple TV Plus, and of course on YouTube. The Great Inter Miami Project, featuring Lionel Messi, is 90 minutes away from an MLS Cup championship in 2025. What a complete match once again for Inter Miami. Things were a bit nervy after Hack scored on the back end of the first half for New York City. And then NYCFC started asking some questions in the opening 10 minutes of the second half, but after that, it was Inter Miami not only grabbing a hold of the match, but they strangled out New York City. They're bringing staging from the touchline and rolling it out to the midfield circle. We will see the club chairman, Jorge Mas, come out as part of the acceptance of the trophy. But of course, it will be Lionel Messi raising it to the sky. But you can bet that Inter Miami will not be pleased winning this trophy and only this trophy. Inter Miami wants the big one. Inter Miami wants the MLS Cup. Inter Miami wants to do this again next weekend, and they will against either Vancouver or San Diego. Inter Miami heads over to La Familia, the fan section on the north end of the stadium beyond the goal to celebrate, waving shirts in the air.
You guys have been there. Ustedes han estado ahí. Gracias, la familia.
Again, if you're just joining us here on ESPN 106.3, the Inter Miami flagship, Inter Miami has claimed the 2025 Eastern Conference Championship with a 5-1 triumph over New York City. Next stop, the MLS Cup Final. So you can set your calendar and set your schedule. That's 2:30 Eastern Time. 2:30 Eastern Time next Saturday here in South Florida. Get your tickets, InterMiamiCF.com, InterMiamiCF.com. Today, Allende, the man of the match. 3 goals. And it's been a season of first for Inter Miami. First MLS side to ever grab a result at the FIFA Club World Cup. First MLS side to ever win a match at the FIFA Club World Cup. First MLS side to ever make it to the knockout round of the FIFA Club World Cup. First time advancing past the opening round of the MLS Cup playoffs. The first time finding a victory in the Eastern Conference semi. The first time collecting a win in the Eastern Conference final and a first appearance in the MLS Cup final. Not to mention, first time that Inter Miami is about to honor a back-to-back MVP. Not the first time Tadeo Allende has dominated a match in this postseason. What an absolute masterpiece for Tadeo Allende. He has 8 goals in these playoffs. Can you believe it? Tadeo Allende, who all season long received derision from Inter Miami fans, and rightfully so. He had trouble finishing opportunities that a man of his ilk should be able to find the net on. Struggled all year long with heavy touches with Inter Miami on the run. Was wasteful in the attack. And then all of a sudden, the MLS Cup playoffs have started. And today, Allende is an absolute monster. He is a beast. He is not to be harassed. He has arguably been the best player for Inter Miami. And he is just pouring in goals. If you had to make a prediction, a prognostication, your most unlikely of look-aheads to what would happen in this MLS Cup playoff for Inter Miami, it would take you 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tries to get to Tadeo Allende, unstoppable freight train. Inter Miami beats New York City 5-1. Again, keep it here. We will have the trophy presentation at midfield. The Eastern Conference trophy will be awarded to Inter Miami. The staging appears to be set. New York City FC, what a season for them. The 5 seed in the Eastern Conference with a new manager and Pascal Janssen. They make it a step further than they did last year in the MLS Cup playoffs. Taken down by New York Red Bulls in the conference semifinal last year. Make it all the way to the Eastern Conference final this year. Had Inter Miami scrambling early in the second half with the score 2-1. But the rightful champions of the Eastern Conference, Inter Miami, they finished 1 point back at the Supporters' Shield in 2025 with a 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. And they come through, and outside of a hiccup in Nashville game 2 of the first round, Inter Miami is clubbing opponents, leaving no doubt, foot on throat. 3-1 triumph. Would have been a clean sheet if not for a late goal game 1 against Nashville. Fell 2-1 in the driving rain in Tennessee game 2. And then came back game 3. And behind Lionel Messi, doing regular greatest of all time at Messi things, it was a 4-0 triumph. Inter Miami went to FC Cincinnati, a place that has been a house of horrors for a number of years. Inter Miami, a 4-0 clean sheet. And tonight, Inter Miami at home in the Eastern Conference Final punishes NYCFC 5-1. What a remarkable effort for Inter Miami. The Inter Miami club is on the highest of the 2 stages. Lionel Messi joins the Mops brothers on the shorter platform right at midfield. A cordoned off area. And we are about to have an interview at midfield. The Apple TV broadcast crew. Inter Miami, 2025 MLS Cup champions. Lionel Messi will be handed the Eastern Conference trophy. And he'll take a couple of steps backwards, head out of the large platform where the Inter Miami side in its entirety with the coaching staff stand. They will raise that trophy high. But again, job's not done. And I promise you that's going to be the refrain to assembled media once Inter Miami heads back to the dressing room. Ken LaVicka with you here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Inter Miami 5, New York City FC 1. Inter Miami has won the Eastern Conference of Major League Soccer. And not a single soul has left this venue. It is a party atmosphere here at Chase Stadium. What a way to send this venue out with a trip to the MLS Cup final. Let's go downstairs.
First of all, congratulations to New York City on a great year and being part of this exciting Audi MLS Cup playoffs Eastern Conference final. And of course, congratulations to your Inter Miami on advancing to a 2025 MLS Cup presented by Audi to represent the Eastern Conference. Let's hear it! Here to present tonight's Eastern Conference Championship trophy, please welcome Carlos Alcaraz.
The legendary...
The number 1 tennis player in the world and 6-time Grand Slam winner. Give it up for Carlos Alcaraz!
The already legendary youngster, the Spaniard, in the footsteps of Rafael Nadal, 6-time Grand Slam winner, Carlos Alcaraz, walking out with the Eastern Conference trophy. The Spaniard Alcaraz to the man who established himself as the greatest player of all time in Spain, Lionel Messi.
It's been 6 years on the field, and before that, the vision, building all of this. What does this moment mean for all of you?
First, this is a dream come true. It's freedom to dream. This is for you. This is for Miami, for our fans, for la familia. Esto es para ustedes. La verdad que un esfuerzo extraordinario del club, an amazing effort by the club, great result. But more importantly, this is only one down. We have one to go. Uno más.
You can hand the trophy to your captain.
Lionel Messi receives the
Momento de levantar la copa. Vamos.
Now Messi will head about 10 steps backwards, climb the steps to the platform. Eastern Conference Champions 2025 signage overhead. Messi makes his way up the stairs. He's going to head to the front of the Inter Miami pink-clad pack. And there's the trophy. The Inter Miami team jumping on the assembled platform in midfield. Confetti flying, pyrotechnics being launched behind them. What a scene here in South Florida. Inter Miami has claimed the Eastern Conference Championship. Inter Miami will play for the MLS Cup title next Saturday here in South Florida. A 5-1 triumph over NYCFC. Inter Miami's come into this MLS Cup playoff and they have done nothing but find ways to absolutely roll. Fans all on their feet. Inter Miami has a week to prepare now, and they will be keeping an eye on what happens with Vancouver and San Diego. That match will get underway in about 40 minutes' time. Tadeo Allende is the man of the match for Inter Miami. Mike Rizzo is about to have your post-game show back in the network studios in West Palm Beach. A hat trick, 3 goals, Tadeo Allende. Matteo Silvetti and Velasco Segovia add goals as well. And Inter Miami beats New York City FC 5-1. Want to thank Juan Pinzon for his great work, on-site engineer tonight here at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. And appreciate all of you on ESPN 106.3, the ESPN South Florida app, Sirius XM Channel 157, Apple TV Plus, and on YouTube for joining us on a historic night in South Florida. Your final scoreline for a final time from Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Inter Miami 5, New York City FC 1, Inter Miami. MLS Eastern Conference champions. Mike Rizzo has your post-game show after this. This is Inter Miami football.
What does 268 horsepower sound like? You're hearing it right now. This is the Audi A5. With breathtaking acceleration that commands attention. Precision crafted to bring the thrill to every turn. This is powerful performance. The Audi A5.
Download the ESPN South Florida app today and get the latest on local shows like Theoretically Speaking and Russo and Rizzo. Get some ESPN podcasts or get the high school sports updates in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. Curious about what Mike Rizzo had to say about Aaron Rodgers? It's on the app. Wasn't able to find the score of the West Boca High School football game? It's on the app. Want to catch the Inter Miami live broadcast? You guessed it. It's on the app. Go download the ESPN South Florida app today and get your fix on all things sports right here in Palm Beach County.
A bicycle kick is a risky move, and risky can be exciting for soccer, but not for your money. PNC Bank believes boring is better. It's the smart and steady way to manage your finances and save the excitement for all you want to do in life. See how at pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865 and proud to sponsor Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985 and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Colin, have you checked